then you just see the execution. Here, I just feel like nobody knows what's going on yet in a really good way. And nobody's really sure what beats what. It feels like a little bit more like this.
Game. Like, if a hero sucks, just buff his shard, buff his ags. You don't have to just change stats or spells anymore like other games. So
it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time, right? It's like you have all these knobs to turn, but making sure that things don't go out of hand can get more...
You mean like Broodmother?
Right. So
yes.
Like, you go into the patch and things might seem fine, and then when the teams break it down and you get to the tournament, you run the risk of having some heroes be like ridiculously overtuned because you just figure out
I believe, what is it? Skywrath Shard is maybe the most interesting in the game. I have yet to see it ever.
Yeah.
It gives 1 int, and is it armor as well?
It gives int and armor every time you hit.
Did you know that it's impossible to break an egg by squeezing on the top and bottom unless you have unbelievable teams believe that they are unbeatable right now, but simply squeezing at the side can break it. Lizard, if you could do the impossible and break it from the top to bottom, take off your cute cat hands and do it.
I won't take off my cute cat hands.
You have the entire panel to work on it. Don't worry.
From the top to top.
Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Take off your beautiful cat hands. We can't see.
I will not.
All right. Squeeze. Squeeze with all your strength. I want to see the muscles coming out of the camera. Look,
can't be done.
Impervious.
Can't be. If I
I'll
couldn't
work
do it.
on it. No, yes, it's a real egg. It's not concrete. Don't throw the egg.
No, it's his baby.
God. All right, anyway, gentlemen.
Hello.
We have so much to talk about here as our players enter the lobby. First initial impressions of the draft panel as I work the egg. Go ahead, Fogged. What do you think about these teams? Anything that we might be able to see here?
I think it's just a test. We'll see if Aster's able to...
Shit, I actually did it!
Loaded it.
Oh my God! I'm so strong! Sorry. I was actually not expecting. Oh, it stinks. It's in my pocket all
You've been
day.
holding it for like days.
Oh, it stinks. I don't know what to do with it now.
Just put it in your Furby.
Okay, just guys, start talking. Camera, go on then, please.
I
I'll
actually
be back.
cracked it a little bit. I just didn't want the same thing to happen.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
probably what happened.
That's
All
probably
right, all right.
Because he primed it for you.
So, common heroes, go ahead. Yeah, that's right. That's me being strong, baby. Ohio!
Common heroes? I don't know what we're going to see really shared out too much. TNC's got a lot more information out on the board. Aster's only played 2 games, and they did not look good during their 2 games.
Yeah.
They got smashed. So.
Aster was that egg, and T1 pressed it from the sides, not from top and bottom. So they actually broke it already.
What is he doing?
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to find
You're
a
a
place
mess.
to throw this
You have
fucking egg away. It's
egg yolk and eggshell over your phone now. You've ruined the stage.
You
So-
have egg all
so
over the set. as well.
Aster, you know, they've been on cooldown since they did so well at the last major, right?
Sure.
But TNC, they've had so much practice.
I mean, Aster didn't really do that well in the last major. Slacks.
How'd they do?
Well, they were all right. They had a stand-in, so they couldn't really perform that well, but they were okay.
Yes, they were missing Baboka for some strange reason,
Yeah.
Hmm.
in case you remember.
Yes, very interesting. But TNC, as we talked about, have had a lot of matches so far. And they've been looking kind of hyped, like here and there. They've been coming through.
Yeah.
Bog, what do you think of them?
I've been really impressed. Like Armel's looking like he's back in his form. Some games they still look a bit weird, and I was doubting them a bit at first too, because their off lane for me was showing a lot of weakness. But they picked it up. Tournaments progressed. They started like adapting to the play style. They've been looking much better. I haven't like Armel Puck. Like that's what I want to see for this series. But
And Bok,
yeah, much better.
like you said, was a little bit questionable.
Yep.
Bok and Boomy, they're the newcomers to TNC, so they have a lot to prove. But SCA, already T1 just demolishing Aster, they've proved.
The same region, dude. I think I can smell that egg from here.
You wanna come
When
you wanna
teams are
switch?
coming from the same region, sometimes they have like they tell each other something, right? Like T1's secured. So now this is when they're maybe telling the TNC, hey, this is what we exploited. This is what we found out playing Aster.
Oh.
So maybe there can be a little bit of teamwork.
So do you
from the
think
future.
SCA is going to be the giant slayers? They're just gonna eliminate Aster in 1-2 series? Making them think, yeah, this is the shit.
Yeah. Well,
They-
opening Terrorblade. Like the last pick Medusa, I could see what they were going for with that one because they had this like long, strong late game draft, but that's not the meta right now. Opening Terrorblade was my bigger concern. I think
Yeah.
that's exploitable. There's so many different things that you can do versus that you can just set pace. you can bully it. They also picked it into a tough game. They picked it into Enchantress. So,
Enchantress
that's pretty
plus
good
Root.
versus T.
Kills a fifth of your HP. Then she gets another creep that's good like that. Harpy Stormcrawler or whatever.
Crafter.
Crafter.
Crafter,
Yeah.
Stormcrafter. Yeah, it's just
He
crafts the storm at you. He lost that lane.
kind of like disrespectful toward the enemy teams. Like they're gonna have an answer to it.
Gentlemen, do you remember the Prowler?
Yeah, they're gonna have an answer to it.
Gentlemen, do you remember the Prowler?
Yeah,
The Prowler.
Thoughts on the Prowler?
I miss it.
I miss the
What the
Prowler.
hell do you mean you miss it?
As a position
Weirdos?
5, it felt great to just go do it.
They're gonna have an answer to it.
Gentlemen, do you remember the Prowler?
Yeah,
The Prowler.
Thoughts on the Prowler?
I miss it.
I miss the
What the
Prowler.
hell do you mean you miss it?
As a position
Weirdos?
5, it felt great to just go do Ancients once in a while.
And you get that talent, and you actually dominate the Prowler. And you actually dominate the small Prowler. That
Yeah.
one was good. Can't remember what it did. I just remember that it was good.
HP regen.
HP.
Massive
is it?
HP
Is
regen
it?
was the smaller one. Yeah.
They should re-release the Prowler as a hero, I think. Bring him back.
I think if they re-added it, would be cool because there are like Doom now can eat ancients and take abilities too. I miss the Prowler. I liked other ancient camps. I like more variety inside the neutral camps for sure.
Sure.
It's been the same for a very long time. Where's our new small camp? Get rid of the kobolds.
Oh my
Get us
god,
something
the
that actually can
kobolds!
kill the creep wave.
Look, in the last 3 months, I have finally figured out what small camp pulling is all about. I have never done it before, but I'm trying to get better. And the goddamn kobolds are little... I hate them. A ghost camp versus a kobold camp. My God, those
Yeah.
little shits.
Yeah.
I hate just to nuke the kobolds
Yeah.
from the face of the earth.
Ghost is gonna... Maybe even the whole...
Five seconds
That your-
remaining. NC
no.
Predators turn to
Hatred
ban.
is a...
Radiant team
gone.
ban.
But no, I just banned that hero, so I haven't seen it. Once they snake through, you know, that disgusting... Very rare now. But Treant Protector...
TNC Predators turn to ban.
And speaking of Treant Protector, they do like it. Aster, they love Treant Protector. Played it yesterday, they got stomped with it. Maybe we won't see that hero as much. I know Aster was huge during... Looks like it has massive weakness, especially with
Radiant team ban.
hard and just being so popular.
ban out Timber and Abaddon. And now this mix, will Aster do this? They get that Lanham Nyx or not? They ban it out and then they pick up. That's what they're
10
still doing.
seconds remaining.
They're still in the Tean meta.
I'm a bit worried about this.
5
I
seconds
feel like people
remaining.
are seeing it in they're getting group lineups and clutch lineups, and then Assassin does absolutely nothing. I kind of want to see, unless you see a clear reason why. Snap, you see
Some
you see
fourth
it
pick.
very specific.
I agree.
Days people
TNC Predators
stop a
turn
bat
to
rider.
pick.
Yeah.
Old
Dota
times.
and ban out the Dragonite and the Viper, both heroes that
Radiant team pick.
quite a bit. Enchantress still in the
Enchantress.
pool, and they go with the Enchantress.
Ooh.
Played it
First
yesterday.
You can
pick
go with the
terror.
Mirana, Borax Mirana +1.
Radiant
That's
team
something
pick.
that-
TNC
Next Piranha.
Get that? You beat
Mirana.
You 3 out of 3. Oh,
Well, it's
we can let slacks.
this could also be a bit of a flexible pick. This is why I really like this. The Axe, we were seeing Aster
TNC
or this tournament.
Predators turn
I checked out a
Templar
bunch of their
Assassin.
Playing carry?
replays, their game. They're playing a carry. Monet's played it. This was before it got nerfed, before we got to this tournament. Flexible pick. Pressure.
You were about to call TA, but you had to yad and yad on about Axe and now 3 out of 4.
10 seconds
I'll
remaining.
give that one to you. You get another bonus. Homie stock for
5 seconds
They're
remaining.
gonna ban out Razor.
So
Radiant
the thing about
team
TA in
back.
this game is that
Holy shit! Is there a delay or something? What is happening right now?
they have to cover the Vipers that are already banned. Razor's the most common one.
Where are my clips?
This is incredible.
4 out of 4.
This is insane.
No, TA versus
10
Axe is a
seconds
pretty
remaining.
because I quite like playing Axe versus TA through most stages of the game.
5
You have Battle
seconds
Hunger, you have
remaining.
lots of quick damage that will come out. You have Call, which is just massive armor. Meld and big. I really do like. I even throughout like most stages. Of time,
TNC Predators turn to ban.
pretty okay. for
That's
that.
a TB.
That's
That's a
TB.
TV, my friend.
It's intriguing. I was gonna think maybe Aster. Now you could about going TA. It's just a valuable pick. They love the hero for high armor.
All
Yeah.
the
10
Actually,
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
maybe TNC will ban it, but actually, it so far it didn't. Plays too high of a tempo.
Radiant team
I
back.
want them to ban.
Already, and you match the temp. You erase.
And another
And
hero
just
that they play a lot, right?
Yeah.
One thing
10
that Team Aster never
seconds
strayed,
remaining.
waiting mid laners.
5
White Album
seconds
has
remaining.
been a player that DP is picked all the.
Yeah.
Okay, there.
I'm glad you said D. He already has a protection. Axe, Moonlight Shadow with your Booty to
TNC
invade, and I think the
Predators
lane.
turn to ban.
I guess Tide plus EA, that armor,
10 seconds remaining.
tempo map. Tide.
5 seconds remaining.
Bit interesting too. The Axe already. You usually hide as much. Frank
Call
can
them,
tell,
yeah.
But I guess because of the arrow combo, they don't want to have.
Radiant team ban.
That's usually why Tide's picked. That just because break the entire initiation.
They ban out some Slardars, some. Have seen some Slardar TA. Necessary though. There are Magnus still.
10 seconds
TA
remaining.
has
Radiant
fire with
team
that
pick.
Magnus. In the region itself, they haven't been safe lane Magnus.
I like Spectre.
TNC Predators turn.
Winter Wyvern.
Surprised. Aster didn't. The actors.
Yeah, but you can't. I think on this way around. Now,
Also
especially with Echo Saber, you double hit her, and that's 4
10 seconds remaining.
Desolate.
And you
plus
buy
aggro.
Mantle, yeah. After.
5 seconds remaining.
They go with the Wyvern. We've seen this before, actually, the Wyvern plus stacks. Throughout eons of this game, Axe would stack up Ancient. Wyvern would cold embrace him, he farm a bit. We've also seen the same, I believe, played by Liquid. They lost.
On the rise. Not so much as a 5 position. 5 since we go.
Radiant team pick.
Lion.
If it's
TNC Predators turn.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Oh.
it means either... Oh, actually it doesn't mean anything. Very flexible. Only thing we know is Mirana, Wyvern, or Magnus, and that literally
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It's not. Literally Aura carried. Offlane your Faith Beyond yesterday.
No, we've seen. I've seen him fail so many times. Greatest.
I meant nice mid carry from the
from the mid?
TNC
Yeah,
I'm fine with
Predators
that.
turn.
Oh, hello.
Radiant team back.
Okay.
Friend.
Not the hero that they've been only successful with.
in Axe.
Turn you. Turn you. You're not gonna.
And
You're
Intel.
gonna be bristled from.
Wyvern. Base damage, like
10 seconds remaining.
that's a
They
bit
just
of a
like bristle. I feel like they just like bristle.
We do.
5
I
seconds
hope they
remaining.
itemized properly. Last game, we were literally for the camera. Black. We were talking about.
TNC Predators
An autopilot
turn to
build.
ban.
Vanguard Hood into Ags immediately. Playing versus like or minus armor heroes.
How do you feel about
Stop.
Slacks, Slarda?
How do I? Did you just call me Slardar? Cool. Like that. I
You
think
have this.
Bristleback has been kind of figured. He is
10
very
seconds
good. It's
remaining.
Stomper right now, but you know what you're doing. You know exactly how to beat
5
Bristleback.
seconds
It's very much
remaining.
like Pudge. Nobody doesn't know what to do in a Pudge game. We've all been there literally every game for the last 6 months. Yeah, he could be okay. What do you guys think? I mean, I like Bristle mid. I feel like that is okay
But
days.
this is DA mid.
I know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what he's in this game. Ridiculous.
They played it on off.
Radiant team ban.
Goo is very strong level 1. That is one of the can bully. Very
TNC
strong.
Predators
They're
turn
gonna
to
set this.
pick.
They're gonna set it up that carry for 6. Hitting up Void. With that Ursa.
Very bristle.
Omni Knight. What would Omni do in?
I guess he was.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Assassin
remaining.
has survived. Standing phase and the pick.
And he won't be picked because we.
Joyce, Nick, Lion haters. Still wait.
I don't know.
Radiant team
Time
pick.
Lizard. Hello, Dolly.
I wouldn't have.
That's
They've
the
done
C
this
special.
before.
Yeah.
I'm seeing 0 team fight and all a single.
You may now select your heroes.
Is that troll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aster's one of the few teams that still did troll. Long time. Nobody else has really been touching Dominator. Very good versus TA as the game.
With
I
Magnus?
really like.
Really good with Magnus. The
Really good.
power.
No.
He's one. Gold because young adult. Black has been.
Young adulthood?
Not that. For my English.
What the hell are you
They
talking
trolled him, right?
No.
Then he came back, killed all of village or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah, that's right. The lore of Troll Warlord is hilarious if you never read it. It's
He's
all
literally
like,
a troll.
yeah, he's an internet troll who lives in his mom's basement. And then he, you know, goes out and murders all of his friends for greatest Keck W. What a loser.
I love Aster's draft.
I think I saw some.
Shut up, Bon. I'm kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I love their draft. I think that, like the third pick Wyvern, it satisfies the protection versus TI. We've been seeing Wyvern up on the rise with this Holy Locket build. I don't think that they countered it at all. They picked Bristle and Night Stalker into Wyvern. I feel like they have no damage versus... And I think this troll is set up for absolute success in the form. They have Axe versus... I heavily side with...
Okay, well, it seems like the teams are ready to roll already, so I apologize, Lizard. We'll get your feedback after the game, and we'll say goodbye. Pass it on over, my little hat, to our casters. Oh, hi, goodbye!
Thank you, Little Hat. Yeah, Lacoste, here we are, Aster against TNC, and we're having this, China versus Southeast Asia matchup again. Aster suffered a little bit in terms of pacing up against T1.
Yes.
Do you think this draft remedies those problems? They've adapted enough coming into this new series?
They have a strong team fight compared to TNC's like single target-oriented lineup. This is something that the panel discussed about. No real answer to the Cold Embrace. We've seen what Winter Wyvern can do. Once you get that Holy Locket, you max out the heal, the extra talent on level 10. There is not enough damage. Like Enchanters can deal damage, you can't deal damage with the Templar Assassin.
Bristleback can't.
It's just, I don't know. They don't have, like, pretty much the only one who can do it is Lion.
Yeah.
And yeah, his finger probably gonna get used early on. Good thing that I like about their draft is that they come online so fast. Like having Enchantress plus Lion. This is, the arrow.
He sniped him. Great start here from Aster, coming out very early, out the gates. And onto Boomy's Enchantress. Perfect Arctic Burn there. Great arrow, sets it all up for them. And Monet, the one to get the first blood. So good when you can get your mid lane or your position 1 into that first blood scenario. There's more regen, or it's a faster first item. Get that tempo going, which they do desperately need. Because like you're saying, TNC, they've got very fast farming heroes, especially around Ancients, right? TA, Bristleback, both very good at clearing early Ancient stacks. So if around 15 to 20 minutes they've built some of that up for themselves, we could see.
They have heroes that can clear the stacks easily. On the other side, you also need to be very careful about the stacking because they might invade. You have Magnus with the Empower, which is going to be maxed out 7 minutes in. You have Axe possibly with the Vanguard coming in, considering how his lane is going to be. And what they're doing right now is running an aggressive tri-lane, something that panelists talked about quite a lot over the past few days, where it's a possibility. And it seems like they're changing things around.
Is it going to be a tri-lane or a dual lane? I guess Mirana can stay up here, maybe get another kill. We'll see what Borax does there. As the kid on the Mirana will spot out Boomy. So that lane going to be, what, your Troll, your Wyvern, your Mirana. The mid lane, of course, that TA versus Magnus. Sideblade's level 1, going to try and splash out, secure some extra CS from range. But for the most part there, it feels like Magnus going to have a pretty good time with Empower, just shoving out the wave, farming on the tower whenever need be.
That's nice on Teams on the bottom, kills Axis Courier. So some extra gold. The Couriers level 1, level 4 are pretty slow, so most of the time they just die. Boomy on the Enchantress won't be able to do as much because you can't get the creep. Mirana will one-shot it with the arrow. So this is a pretty secured lane already for the Troll. Night Stalker, we didn't talk too much about him. He's extremely powerful off-lane hero that he's a strong laner. He has 5 armor, level 2, 71 damage, a lot of HP regen, almost 6 per second. Just the basic regeneration, which is insane. And cutting into backlines like Wyvern does not like to play into Night Stalker. Same goes for Oracle. Like, these heroes really are vulnerable to long duration silences. They will sack XXS farm on the bottom just to be able to secure Monets and put a bit more pressure. Mirana actually arrowed the small creep instead of the big one.
Oh, bad stuff for her. Yeah, this Night Stalker plus Boomy up here, something that I believe Lanam and Aster struggled with in that T1 series was dealing with the Enchantress and not opting to block out the large camp, not body blocking it. And Boomy here is going to make sure that the small camp does open up. Enchantress, the battle of the century.
Leap
both
inside
die.
the box so that he can just block it.
And XXS in the meanwhile does die. Gabby there with the quill spray stacks, and Tim's without lockdown. Good little setup. And Borax now being forced out of the lane. Boomy, full resources. The wave pushing pretty heavily towards that Radiant side. We'll need a pullback here from the Enchantress. It feels like TNC have a pretty firm hold across these 3 lanes. And TA doing very well mid. Gabby's Bristleback doing decently down bottom.
Sometimes, Gary, I forgot to cast the game while I'm doing it. I'm like, man, I'm enjoying myself, you know, sitting here comfortably, watching some top-tier Dota. I forgot that I actually need to talk.
Well, it's the laning stage, man. Nothing that much going on. People running at each other a little bit. But RML 15-3. Templar Assassin not really being stopped too much. And there's that replay of the kill. Axe, yeah, just getting so much minus armor and damage put on him. Does get a bit of turnaround here to Gabby as we return to live. He's got Soul Ring, Tangos, 16 1 charges for XXS so he can keep that aggression going.
Tims has a healing cell, we'll pop it on the Bristleback. You want to get to that Vanguard as soon as possible, but he also invested in some smaller items, upgraded the magic stick into full magic one, which I like, because Bristleback, like sitting at 10, is always going to be full, but if you upgrade it, then you can make a big turnaround play. On top of it, Bristleback a bit low on mana, has only Soul Ring to work with.
Yeah.
Wyvern as a position 5 doesn't really contribute that much. Like, he's really not a strong laner, but Gabby will drop.
Yeah, Tim's stun comes out a little bit too late.
What's another point in Arctic Burn, actually?
Yeah, we've seen this a couple of times, I think, from some of these position 4 players mainly, where we I think we saw like the Yapsol go Aghanim Scepter, but
sure.
Lanham's, you know, he's a bit of a madman.
He is a mad position 5 player where he gets like Orb of Corrosion on a bat and phase boots every single time. We saw Nyx Assassin yesterday with Falcon Blade.
Never forget his Juggernaut, man. His roaming Juggernaut with boots first. I think I was like, what, TI4 or something? Just running around killing people.
Always innovative with the item build. Templar Assassin, pretty even in terms of CS on the mid lane. Magnus, White Album. Some of the games that I've seen on Mag was pretty impressive.
A TP cancelled. Tim sticks around mid lane. Yeah, Hex into stun. Melt Strike, will it come? Melt secures the kill onto White Album's Magnus. Now that lane a little less competitive as TA takes a clear lead. Borak's going to try and lap up some of the leftover resources there with the creep wave coming into tier 1. But so far, it feels like Aster definitely have stepped up their game in terms of tempo. They're playing much more aggressively. They're making sure that their snowball from TNC it's not fully halted, but it's definitely been mitigated somewhat.
Yeah, that's what matters. And TNC, they've been known to play super aggressive. Now it's going to be nighttime, Bach with the Boots of Speed, with the Bracer 202 build. Maybe you want to put a point in Crippling Fear. I don't think it's needed. I think you put more because it's mana consuming. This hero does not have a mana pool. I don't know what this is, 350 at level 5. So he just puts another point in Void, which is much better in my opinion.
Spam the Void. Nasal Goose stacks building up. My God, that physical damage coming in from Booming at Tim's. Gabby trying to contend now with the Cold Embrace, which is healing XSS up seriously, but
14 charges, Arrow misses.
They're massive. Arrow does miss, but the Starstorm will land, and Tim's burst down by that second touch. The Axe surviving the onslaught there. TNC bring 3 heroes, but Aster, the reaction, bringing numbers to match their opponents.
Mirana rotates to the bottom, misses the arrow, still gets the kill, gets the Urn of Charge, which is very important. Already used one on XXS to be able to be full HP. White Album has Energy Booster queued up. Very interesting.
Oh, and the Magnus, what, is he going to go like the Arcane's Blink build?
On top of Gloves of Haste.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Oh, we see these gloves more and more often nowadays from +1s and 2s, right? To increase your farm speed, especially when you've got a steroid-like Empower.
If I see Mana Boots, Gloves of Haste on mid-Magnus, that's an Overwatch case for me.
Well, I've got a call on Gabby. Couple of stick charges here. Yeah, they're afraid of what's lurking around the corner, but in fact it's TNC that have moved into mid. The stun on Magnus, it does connect mid-skewer, but Borax is there. The kid to back up White Album's mag, give him an Urn Charge, try and defend your tier 1 mid lane because RML ramping up that pressure. Even without a catapult here, shoving straight towards the objective. It's so nice as well having 2 strength heroes in your side lanes. They're kind of self-sustaining, right? Night Stalker, Bristleback. They don't mind being left alone.
This has been very popular in Southeast Asia and China during the second season, where you have unkillable heroes that come online very quickly. White Album once again on the mid lane.
He's got skew, hasn't he? But hexed up and that damage. Trouble big. Cold Embrace is behind them, so Lanham saves the day yet again. Now maybe a bit of turn onto Armel. Gets back in there with a troll trap, stopping Borax, but the leap back.
Big impetus.
That impetus hit. Booming. Slays the Mirana, and the push just keeps on coming. Skellies are out. They've got a Dark Troll here. They want this tier 1 desperately.
And now they're knocking on the tier 1 tower. 3-man rotation teams leaping out to the bottom lane. Want to collect some XP, something that doesn't usually happen. Safe lane, I mean your off-lane tower that falls 7 minutes in. Arrow connects on TA.
It does, and White Album's here. Shockwave, and the punches come. Armel did get the tower, but loses his life in the exchange.
All right, I see Sage Mask on Lanham. Is he mad enough? Is he madman enough to actually go for Orchid?
Is it Orchid
as
Rush?
Position 5.
Orchid Rush Wyvern. I'm not sure.
Maybe a Falcon Blade. He really loves Falcon Blade on the heroes whenever he plays. I would prefer if it's a Holy Locket, because Cold Embrace, we've seen he uses a Cold Embrace. Only level 1, pretty much the damage is not there. You cannot deal damage during it, so we'll have to see what he decides to go for.
Yeah, he basically has 2 reset tools now at this point. Like the panel, and you were saying, the damage into Cold Embrace is very limited. So if you Cold Embrace up this Axe when he jumps in, or Troll Warlord when he's in a bit of danger, you've got Battle Trance, the backup, the Blink Call, RP. So many great tools for Aster. Once we get to that point, the Blink Daggers, of course, going to be required. Yeah, Tim's there. We'll launch out the Earth Spike. There's no mana for Battle Trance. He looks pretty dead. He's not going to be able to get his ulti off. He's got raindrops and wand in 5 seconds. Monet survives.
They just let him be.
Did they think he had ulti, maybe? Not timing the wand. Not fully aware that he had no chance to Battle Trance. Maybe the TP rotation would have been scary.
Freebie. That was actually a freebie. Extra tower.
There's a
regeneration kicking in from tier 1 tower. Base boots. Maybe he thought he will get him with the right play.
Maybe something. I thought Gabby was the one being caught there. XXS and Lanham. They get on the Bristleback, but he's got level 4 Quill Spray. Vanguard, incredibly tanky. They can't kill him off as 2, so Monet's Troll now arriving. Slows him down with the axes. Chase back this Bristle and get the Battle Trance going. Couple of roots and snares landing, but Gabby has no tier 1 for people to TP and save him. They need to TP to the tier 2 instead. Enchantress arriving now, and Gabby nearly dead. XXS gets the dunk down. Axe picks off the Bristleback, and TNC's rotations, they've come in too late. There's a Moonlight Shadow now to allow Aster to escape.
They place down 1 sentry ward, and that's it. Big kill. This is a position 1 Bristleback. Remember, right now, has that Vanguard. I don't even know if he wants to get a Hood this game, because there isn't much spell damage. You have Shockwave, Mag, that's pretty much it.
Oh, Axe can get found by Bok. The Hunter in the Night comes in, looks for XXS. Of course, Armel with a ton of damage. That double damage rune helps him out tremendously. Gabby defending his top tier 1. Chases back 2 heroes. He's 1v2ing at this point. White Album and Borax, not a chance in hell of turning and fighting him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Also, a serious consideration here for TNC is the next kill they get could lead into Roshan, even 10 minutes in, couldn't it?
Templar Assassin plus a Bristleback, it's a ton of minus armor, ton of damage. They bring an extra creep, possibly an Alpha Wolf. They could kill it. This time around, White Album not really having that good of a game compared to Templar Assassin. She's sitting at the 2k lead already. Needs to farm that Blink Dagger to have an initiation, because Axe also slowed things down a bit, invested in all of these small items, plus a Vanguard didn't get too much out of the lane. So Templar Assassin, Dragon Lance done. Blightstone just needs 1 more Mithril Hammer to finish off the Deso, and this is going to be the big timing. Vanguard, another Knight. This is 15 minutes in, 14:30, possibly pop a Nighttime with your ulti, and then Bristleback will also have another item. Something that Monet really likes to do is build this Diffusal Blade on a Troll, especially when he has a Steroid coming from the Magnus, so this helps him out clearing the creep waves.
And in particular against Bristleback, Nice Stalker, right, as the RP into Arrow. Connects and catches Boomy. So 2 kills in a row there. Night Stalker down bottom, got rooted and slain by the Arctic Burn. Now up top, the Enchantress dies. And TNC on the back foot, but you're mentioning, right, the timings they're waiting for. They need these primary items up on the Templar Assassin. It's Bristle and Night Stalker to actually feel comfortable going forward.
I love that Borax is getting a lot of farm. rushing the Spirit Vessel against the Night Stalker, most importantly against the Bristleback, you're not gonna be as tanky. Not even buying a magic stick against Bristle. You know, Borax, he knows what's up. Get it online as fast as possible. And Winter Wyvern bought Arcane Boots, so that means probably we're gonna see the Holy Locket, but I would love to see more points in the call. If there's it ever, this is the game to max out the Cold Embrace.
Yeah, I'm wondering, maybe he's thinking that one is enough and I can go Arctic Burn because it's such a good game for Cold Embrace, and he's kind of making up that fact. Going more in the Arctic Burn, get some more damage in towards these tankier strength heroes.
I see some synergy in Aster's draft as well, Gary. They have Whirling Axes, they have Axe, they have Axe XS. Like a lot of those stuff need to come in together if you want to play professional Dota.
Real tight synergy there, Lacoste.
It really is.
Hell yeah.
If you want to have excellent synergy, like this is something that you need to do.
Okay, you know, name someone after a hero. Get all this same name stuff together. TNC, smoking into triangle. There's already White Album onto Gabby though. Skewered back into the rest of Aster. But the backstab is coming. They've got to be wary. The call is there, and Gabby's nearly dead. The dunk down, but it comes back. Finger of death, and they kill off Lana. Winter Wyvern down now. White Album, Moonlight Shadow, but they've got a dust. He blinks back a little further. Still no skewer for 7 seconds though. Armel, got to be careful here, but they'll find White Album. No reinitiation from Aster, which could have been a bit worrying for TNC there.
The thing that is important for Aster is to defend the first Roche. They will have RP available once Magnus is back. Big timing that they're looking for is Axe with a Blink Dagger, Diffuse the Blade on Troll. We see how strong Night Stalker is against Wyvern. He just jumps him, can't do stuff, like can't use their spells, there's a finger on top of it. It just completely ruins the hero, and now I love it. Cold Embrace, level 2 at the moment. Should have been 4 at this time, but whatever.
He'll get there eventually. He'll find his way.
Is under attack.
Aster setting themselves up for a tier 1 push. Boomy with just a little ghost. Gonna hold out on the wave. That ghost does so much damage, piercing into the creeps. Cold Embrace just delays it as they bring numbers up here. Aster really want to take this tier 1. Like you were saying, the next big objective is going to be around Roshan. So if this tier 1 can fall and then they swing into that top jungle area. Is prime positioning from Aster as TNC. They bring Armel top. The call there on Eng. Boomy in the tree line, very far back, and Armel seems like he's absolutely fine to turn around and meld. Success. Hey, he's destroying this Axe. They've got a Cold Embrace though. That will undestroy him, bring them back to the land of the limit. Still stuck in an awful positioning though, and Armel secures the kill while Gabby runs forward. Both backstabs and Tim's is there again. Good Winter's Curse though, resets and holds down the fight. They'll blow through him with a 2-man RP. White Album shockwaves them and Boomy on the run. Gabby barely surviving, but Armel, the real position 1 here of TNC's gone.
That was a great setup. Like throughout this whole game, you're gonna need to be aware of Winter's Curse into RP setup. This will also be a free tower for them. Lanham, level 10, puts another point in Cold Embrace. I love that. And then he will gonna go into talent, probably level 13. Everything is gonna be maxed out.
For those of you wondering, by the way, Lacoste hasn't clicked on anything else other than Winter Wyvern. He has had Winter Wyvern selected for 15.5 minutes now.
And I love saying Winter Wyvern. I know chat loves it and appreciates it as well.
I'm sad there's no Weaver in this game, man.
No Weaver, no Wind Ranger. But yeah, look at the damage coming up from the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin is such a strong hero. Coming into this tournament, I heard some stories that there is gonna be a Templar Assassin patch. You know, like this is it. This is we're not wrong.
And that replay, like you said, that Winter's Curse into RP, the setup, beautifully done there by Team Aster. I do claim the top tower. Try and get some ward coverage down here. This smoke very likely going to do that job, right? Smoke into the top northern jungle. Get a good ward down from Lanham. So that ward now protects Roshan, protects them from smoke ganks coming from that top part of the map.
Radiant's bottom
They're actually going to
under attack.
Ooh, they're actually going to go into Roche themselves.
An easy shot.
That's a big play. They have double damage, blessed by Gaben, on Troll, ton of damage. They can just tank it.
Who's in here?
With the Cold Embrace. I think I've said Cold Embrace 10 times already during this cast. It's fine. Creep is cutting things out, but I don't think they can get there in time.
I don't think so either.
They have no real fight. Everything is pretty much a single target-oriented spell.
Yeah, if they're on the back foot, it's incredibly difficult for TNC to fight because they don't have that that great ability to catch a number of heroes, right? It's Lion or bust. Lion is the way in and the way out of team fights for them.
Night Stalker picked up a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier to jump Winter Wyvern. I don't like the talent pickup. Would love that you just get the Crippling Fear. 1 extra second could make a big of a difference. They have some right clicks, but at the moment, like, Night Stalker has a lot of armor anyway, so just better to skip it. You get it level 14, level 14 or 15, and just a quick pause. We're gonna on pause straight away.
I'm just trying to think how important BKBs could be here for TNC, but then you start realizing they've got RP,
1, 2, 3
they've got Winter's
abilities.
Curse
Yeah.
and Berserker's Call that all go through BKBs. That's normally the natural timing that you'd be looking for here at TNC, but they might have to consider different avenues, different approaches to their item builds. Of course, Gabby's just going to keep tanking himself up there, has a halberd moving into the Aghanim Scepter, but he's found out by the troll. Disarm comes quickly, but Gabby, you can see how quickly he loses his mana when Troll gets on top of him. Oh, XXS attempting the blink call, but Armel just a step ahead as TNC scattered to the wind. The Lion, yeah, did fall on that top area.
A lot of vision placed in Radiant jungle. Some will get rewarded, but it's very hard for TNC to take the fight. What their lineup is good at is trying to like get a pick off with the Night Stalker during the nighttime. The problem is they're still gonna have Aegis during the daytime, so this is where they're gonna strike. Even during the nighttime, it's gonna feel good. There is another set of items. Magnus, White Album, he finished off the Echo Saber. Axe going into Manta style next, so you will have 3 scaling cores.
That's gonna be amazing, yeah. And he's got a call on to Gabby. Bristleback.
Mana gone.
Chased by Monet, the battle trap's going. Ranged form now though, so no ensnares. Gabby has the backup of the entirety of the TNC squad now. They want blood. Monet is out there. Still has Aegis, of course. Impetus shots coming in. Arrow does catch Gabby. You're right. Bristleback held out of the fight. Tim's with that one stunned finger. They'll take the Aegis down.
They need to reset.
They want to keep on going for this. There's Winter's Curse. There's a potential for turnaround for Aster now.
Magnus is TPing.
He doesn't have
no
RP.
RP for 30.
Yeah.
That was
ulti.
a very early ulti coming out from Troll. Like, he put himself in a bad spot, opened up the potential gank, maybe even a double kill on him there. Needs that BKB desperately to be able to deal with Lion, deal with the Night Stalker silence. Templar Assassin getting closer and closer to her BKB, but as you mentioned, there are 3 abilities that can just buy time during that BKB, so not very effective.
Yeah, and even though TNC slightly ahead and probably feeling like they've hit their item timings decently here, they're the ones that need to keep on either farming and scaling or going out for these smoke movements to get pickoffs. It feels like the way that Aster have been playing very much around these cooldowns, knowing their limitations, not wasting any time either.
BKB almost done on Troll. With that online, they can take a fight because there will be only 30 seconds of a nighttime, and they should be abusing that timing. It's like playing against long cooldown ultis, like a Tidehunter, Faceless Void. You know it's down, go ahead and take a fight.
And of course that big factor as well, that Roshan got taken by Aster, taking it away from the TA team. Does slow down her progression. But she'd want to be out there taking tier 2s at this point. With Deso, Dragonlance, and that BKB. Slow and steady. That's what TNC are looking for now. They will be facing off against, like you say, the double BKB from Magnus and Troll very shortly. And likely a big 5-man clash incoming. Because everybody's going to be feeling strong. Everyone's hit their timings, everyone got their items. Push out the waves and look for a battle. Where should it be, do you think? Like TNC try and force it around that top lane, around Roshan again? There's such a long time until he spawns.
I want to see a smoke from Team Aster and to be able to take a fight. Like 2 BKBs, they feel super strong. Every single ability is off cooldown.
Oh,
Boomy will pay with his life, not the hero that they wanted to kill, but they will take it.
They'll take what they're given. TNC is still in the vicinity. Gabby deciding to dip back towards his Ancients.
And this is the beauty of disassembling items in Dota.
Are they going to catch here? They might find the Magnus, you know. They do. What? Takes him down to about half HP. The BKB and the whiffed RP. White Album, he tries it, but Bok dances around it. The beautiful ballerina.
Well, I'll pretend we didn't see that. To go back to the items, you disassemble Echo Saber, you buy a BKB, like you hit the earlier timing, something that the TB does if it's needed. Sometimes Templar Assassin as well. Disassemble the Dragonlance, get that BKB. If it's necessary, players just got better at using this Dota mechanic.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They absolutely have. And that move from Magnus there, missing RP, gives a pretty big opportunity to TNC now. Tier 2 tower to be claimed. And they are playing very tight, very closed map together. No one's spreading wide and split pushing. This really is team fight versus team fight. Well, it's more like team fight for Aster and raw HP and tankiness for TNC.
Big item timing for them will be this Aghanim Scepter on Bristleback, one of the best upgrades in the game for sure, where you can just go and QW, expert gaming, professional esports player, QW, keep repeating it.
And then win a team fight.
Yeah, win a game of pressing 2 keys.
And what was the nerf again? They reduced the range on Goo a little bit. It was like 950 range on Goo.
Yeah, and instead of a 1.5, I believe it's a 1.7 or 1.75.
The cast point.
Yeah, 75.
Yeah, you're right. Well, thankful. They did have a few changes and nerfs to Bristleback because he was
because now it's perfectly balanced.
Now,
like,
yeah. It is. What are you talking about? Balance in all things. Well, you know, we'll see later on. Does he win or not? That's the big question. There's his Scepter and Shard, of course, yeah. Scepter gives you that AoE Goo. Don't have to point and click and hairball, so a pretty good Shard there. We'll see if he grabs up that Shard from the second Roshan, which can be up in about a minute. 1 minute.
What is that hairball? He doesn't have hair, right? He has spikes on his back.
He's probably got fur as well. He's a mammal, right? Maybe
is he?
Yeah, porcupines are mammals. They've got spikes.
You watch a lot of National Geographic when you were younger, Gary. Didn't play Dota because I know you're MMR, but you watch National Geographic, which is completely fine. You know that's
Divine player here. Thank you very much.
No, you're immortal. Yeah.
Ex-immortal. Mirana getting caught out. The stars and the finger. Tims and Bok gathering up a kill down bottom. Yeah, we like a bit of David Attenborough in my house.
No, man, whenever I read news about him, I'm like, oh God, please don't be dead. Please don't be dead.
Same thing. And now White Album, stalking his prey. The Enchantress in her natural habitat, looking for any creature she can pick up. We don't know exactly how she mates or what her partner will be like. She's a very pretty little Bambi.
Yes, indeed.
What happened with the Blink? Did he finish off the lock?
No, hold lock is straight into Blink Dagger. I guess they don't have the best backline jumpers other than the Night Stalker, so if he can keep the distance and like be able to initiate maybe first on a Night Stalker into Skewer or RP before Night Stalker gets the first jump, could be a good thing. And like you have great frontline. You have Magnus, you have Troll, you have Axe, who's super tanky. Also decided to go for a 4-staff, which I kind of like, push people out of trouble. TNC very limited on the stuns. What they need to do, TNC, especially Night Stalker, he needs to be able to just jump the back line.
And get a kill.
Yeah, he needs to go for the box stab. Yeah, he needs to go from, from the back and kill the Wyvern pretty much.
I don't know why he's smiling at me while you're saying that. Leave me alone, I'm gonna lock my room tonight. But yeah, it's gonna be like him and the TA, right? Him and the Lion, him and the TA. One of the pairings there as Boomy. Ooh, the arrow to the backside. Morax and Monet, they arrive, and the Blink Call catches out the Enchantress with Roshan alive. No buyback on Ench, so Aster could be getting the second Rosh of the game here. TNC have to contest this though, don't they?
They do. Second Roshan is the most pretty much important thing in the game.
He's got
right
shard.
Now, he has cheese, he has shard, he has that I don't know which one I said, but I said 2 out of 3. He has the third one, Aegis on top of it, exactly.
And the cheese. He's got a shard as well. Oh, Tim's with a blink back. Gabby puts out some quills and goo. And the blink call.
Turn him around.
Will catch the bristle back. He's arrowed and netted. He's dropping low and he's dead. The RP. Solo RP onto Gabby. Make sure he's gone.
Not really necessary.
Well. But that should give them Roshan now, for sure.
Bristleback does not have a buyback. Enchantress is out in a second. Night Stalker also used his ulti. Still gonna be nighttime, but this should be a pretty secure Rosh for them. White Album needs to be careful how he uses those RPs. This is the second time that he whiffs it.
Well, made sure the Bristleback died, and I guess they've still got Winter's Curse and Berserker's Call.
They have so many tools against Bristleback in this game. You have Winter's Wyvern Arctic Burn, which is not max HP, current HP, so if you use it when he's full, a lot of damage coming out from that, on top of the Spirit Vessel, Mana Burn.
This isn't...
Axe can turn you around.
This isn't the fastest Roshan.
It really isn't.
They've got no Medallion, there's no Solar Crest, right? So it's down to Troll, Warlord, and White Album as the Bok Night Stalker looks to get into the back lines, but he's shockwaved into the waiting arms of Aster. Monet gets to take down and skewer back onto the TA. BKB's up and out, buyback comes out, Night Stalker, but there's the Winter's Curse. Aster reset on the Templar Assassin, who turns to Monet, but another reset. The Cold Embrace
they have no damage against it.
But they can't kill Roshan. Walks back in again. Great Melt Strike takes down Monet's Troll and a stun out from Lion. Tim's is back in. They found White Album in the front of the fight. Gabby's respawned and TNC can keep on battling around Roshan. White Album down and TNC will claim the prize.
All because Magnus did not have RP. They would not only... I think TNC will not even try to defend it if they know that RP is available. So Bristleback, he picks up the cheese, he picks up that shard hairball, which gives you even more stacks on goo and more full sprays. So, like, you pop that when they have, let's say, 3-4 goo stacks, suddenly it's ton of damage.
Or even the options like Council Blinks, right? You can throw it into the fog, the Axe and the Magnus can have some trouble.
And now they're back into the game. Like, they were still 1k gold ahead pretty much all the time throughout this game. But now with the cheese, and Templar Assassin also bought the Aghanim Scepter. So that's going to be a big one, being able to teleport around the map. You can also keep one trap in the base, refill the bottle if necessary, Borax. So Bok is gone for 75 seconds.
That's a long time. And they've got a Yule's catch with an XXS call. Tim's very squishy Lion going to get dunked by the Axe. In comes the TA though. Mount Strike and Trap starting to pick up a bit of pace for Armel as Gabby also shows his face in the fight. The stacks are good onto Borax. That physical damage slays the Mirana. Gabby keeps pushing forward as well while Monet, he's a little bit behind enemy lines there. XXS with a swift TP home and very casually returns to Fountain. I don't know if the Troll has the same luxury though. Lanham's being pummeled by Gabby right now. The Cold Embrace will delay the inevitable death of the Winter Wyvern.
Great execution from TNC. They're using this cheese Aegis to full potential, just being able to just play more aggressive on the map. And Templar Assassin, it's like having Kunkka in the team. You set up the trap, go back to base, teleport with the Aghanim Scepter, full HP, full mana, full bottle, can refill even your allies. Very hard to deal with. Like, you try to go for a split push or something, Templar Assassin shows up, level 20, even more minus armor coming out from that Melt talent. And once you get to level 25, that's a big one.
Plus refraction
instances.
It still feels weird because we had that long period where the Meld Bash was so popular.
It was, when it was 1.5 second bash. Now it's only 1.
Yeah.
One of my favorite batches, Gary, for sure, was the one where all the talents were nerfed down by around 20%. I believe that was the exact wording.
Yeah, only a couple of them stayed as they were. Like the Techie's damage one stayed at whatever it was.
Because it's
251 because it was a meme, yeah. Oh, Armel. Not top of the net worth anymore. Just behind the Bristleback, but farming through some neutral counts very quickly with a Quickening Charm and a Paladin Sword grabbed up. Some nice neutrals there for TNC. Even a Mindbreaker for them. And who's going to get what there? Like, Lion's holding that headband. They've got Quickening Charm, Night Stalker, Bristle with a Paladin Sword. Yeah, okay. TA with a Mindbreaker. That makes sense.
Like, actually, perfect items
like
for them.
Best in slot, right?
I would love to see Templar Assassin also picking up the shard for herself to be able just to silence people, possibly like silence the Magnus, Wyvern in the back line.
Maybe even the Troll.
It's a long duration silence if it's fully charged, 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, well, that's enough to maybe Troll, runs in, BKBs. BKB ends, you silence him before he can battle trance. That's your window to blow him up. Aster very much on the back foot right now, and TNC coming for their tier 2s and maybe even thinking about high ground. You still have to be so very worried here as TNC about that team fight combination that Aster has. Base defense galore. The ability to hold you back, so this has to feel like for TNC a third Roshan kind of game. Choke out the rest of the map, make sure you get more and more farmed on your 2 big cores as you do have a pretty big gap between the Bristle TA and the rest of the pack there. What's that, like 4,000-5,000 net worth difference? Yeah. between them and their counterparts.
Yeah, I was looking at the general net worth difference in this game. So yeah, Bristleback, level 22, cold stack damage. We can see the power of Wyvern using that cold embrace. They instantly stop trying to get any damage, but once it's gone, I want to see a big RP from White Album, catching 2 or 3 people, because right now, we didn't see too much of it. 2 wasted RPs 2 times in a row.
Yeah, it's what did he do with the first? The first one was an Enchantress kill, right? Then he missed on the Night Stalker. Then he got one onto the Bristleback, who was pretty much already dead. Oh, there was the one top lane as well, which is a nice 2-3-man RP.
Yeah, I didn't want to be too mean, Gary. That's why I said 2. You don't have to pick out every single one that he missed this game or misused. Mirana ulti.
I was just making sure everyone knew that he had one good one at the very least. But it has been a little poor there from White Album. We'll see if he can pick things up though. Given the right opportunity, if TNC play too aggressively, if they want to push high ground, they do open themselves up to getting jumped by this. It's White Album. Magnus tries the shockwave skewer play, but here comes Armel, and here comes Tim's. The Hex, the stuns, the cold embrace. That keeps him topped up and healthy. Aster thinking about fighting, but look at Gabby just run straight towards them. He cuts them in half, destroys their front line, and the back line's being stabbed in by the Night Stalker. The BKBs have been forced out already from Monet and White Album. The Troll and the Mag have no BKBs for the next fight, and nobody died.
Now that's what matters, just to be able to not to lose anyone at this point. Magnus once again getting caught. He tried to go for a skewer play. Not very effective. So yeah, they need to wait. Magnus, after finishing off the Heaven's Halberd, which is great. You get some status resistance against Lion. 1, 2, 3 cores actually rely on dealing the physical right-click damage. Bristleback has close sprays, of course, on top of it, but a good item overall. And now, after disassembling that Echo Saber, he still has Oblivion Staff, so what does he do with it? Probably gonna get the Silver Edge. You have Shadow Blade, then you just need to get an extra recipe. So gonna be much easier for him to set things up, land an RP, and also be able to break Bristleback.
Yeah, break Bristle, maybe even break the Night Stalker, or the TA to some extent could be all good targets for them. Quite reliant on these passives. There has been very good control there from TNC, right? They don't get embroiled in a long, drawn-out fight. They don't collapse on high ground. And they make sure they just keep this engine ticking over. Keep progressing forward. Don't need to make any real rash decisions. It is that waiting game for third Roshan. And there's another minute and a half or so until that fast spawn for him. So you know that you're out farming, you're out leveling. But the question is here, Lucas, do you reckon TNC's lineup outscales Aster's if we go another 15, 20, 25 minutes? Do you think this Troll, Mag, Axe are going to be able to hold up against what TNC has?
Mirana doesn't really scale. Maybe your big power spike is getting level 25, which probably is not going to happen. Axe scales. This is a very greedy build from the offlane where you get the shard. He also decided to go for a 4-staff, which is okay, but that delays your Manta style. They have some AoE damage. They can take control over the illusion with the Enchantress. Bristleback deals well with all the quill sprays and the viscous nasal goo. Templar Assassin's not the same hero. Like, after the introduction of the neutral items, the new talents, you get to level 30, and then you have a bash. She scales. Before, like, during, let's say, 2013, 2015, the hero wasn't really good in the late game. You had one big power spike, you miss it, hero falls off, you lose the game off of that. It's not the story anymore.
Oh, XXS misses out on his call. Monet getting saved out by Borax, and XXS with a 4-staff and the arrow, but still in a spot above there as Bok focuses back Aster. Went to Wyvern, couldn't get too much done. White Album will skewer Bok back into the RP curve, but they overlap it. A little bit of desynchronization there from Team Aster. Forced to use up, another cold embrace, but the finger of death and the magic damage. Bok comes in with a void. Axe is still alive, but not for too long. That impetus shot flies.
I was waiting for a miss. I thought that's gonna be a miss.
TNC don't miss. They take every shot they've got.
It's just the spell usage from Magnus and Wyvern. It was not on point. What is it, Gary?
Pointing out the timer on Roshan, man. It's a quick one. He's up now.
Up. Perfect timing, 45 seconds without Axe. They don't know if he has buyback or not. They also don't know what's happening inside the pit. They do. So they have a trap. Never mind. I'm lying. It's all good.
They do. That's so huge for TNC. They aren't going for it, though. They know it's an objective they can get on the way out of here. It's a great skew into base. Tims gets caught up inside, and now the Moonlight Shadow allows White Album to survive. Monet has Battle Trance, but no BKB. He has to Battle Trance. Oh my god,
he's not life stealing enough?
No, he's just dying to this. He's got some good bashes there. The shockwave, but the cheese from Gabby, and Bot comes in again. Cold Embrace. It will delay the death of Monet. Does he have buyback Lacoste? He's got BKB up, but the physical damage just shreds through him, and he's dead for 80.
They needed some extra help. Norana lands an arrow, but there's too many refraction charges.
And another good call. XSS, they're in there. White Album, they dunk down Bot. The dive from TNC, maybe a little bit too far forward. Great curse as well. Gabby destroyed, and TNC have got too far.
Disabled, disarmed.
They've taunted her. She can't hit anybody, and there's no saves for Armel. Double Assassin refracts and tries to escape, but XSS gets a double.
And now they're chasing Spirit Vessel on Enchantress. Lion needs to be careful. Blink Dagger available.
And there's the call again. The axe just finds one after the other. Tims doesn't want to die back there, so leaves Boomy to his fate.
Oh man, TNC, they overextended so much. You gotta be aware of those skewer plays in tier 4 towers. Another Blink Dagger available in 3 seconds. Tims, he should be okay. Magnus, I don't think he will decide to chase. And yeah, Silver Edge on Mag to be able to break people. And as Scrim pointed out, this is the 3rd row, so that means she's Aegis plus something. And that something is Aghanim Scepter.
Sure is.
Oh, you give it to Troll if he can get out.
See if we can respawn in time. So yeah, that should have been TNC's Roshan. They knew it was up, but they felt that they could maybe close out this game a little earlier with the fighting in the Radiant base. Great response from Aster though.
Now you see they're waiting so the Troll can pick things up from the Roshan. They do not want to hit it. Hurry up, Troll.
Get in, Troll. Get into that pit. Borax on a high ground board. Looking for anybody coming, and then Monet given the final touches on the Roshan. Aegis for Troll Warlord.
They gave Aghanim Scepter to Axe. Very interesting. So Call applies Battle Hunger to everyone who is affected by it. Reduces the enemy armor by 7 and grants Axe 7 armor per affected target. Cooldown reduced by 3. A lot of stuff, a lot of text. I would maybe prefer if that's a Troll one. He becomes a bit more tanky, lower cooldown, because they don't have MKB on any of the heroes. So lowering the cooldown on Axis is great, and being able to dispel yourself against potential goo, trap, duration, enchant.
Well, Aster, their full arsenal ready to go again.
This is the first time in a professional game that at least I've seen Aghanim Scepter on Axe.
I think so too for me. And I think the big thing there is looking over the tooltip is the 3-second cooldown reduction.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
The way that XSS has been playing is just catching and catching, hero after hero. Here's another one to add to his list. Booming. Go set the zone.
This is a 10k gold swing, maybe even more.
Yeah, you're right. Wow, that's huge. From like 9,000 back to 5,000. That's a 14k.
Middle tower
13 or 14k swing there in net worth. 40 minutes in now.
XXS, Axe. Extraordinary performance last couple of minutes for sure.
Can you say that again 3 times fast?
No, I had to really focus to say it.
XXS, Axe. There we go. We'll do one. Gabby. Oh, Armel's also a juicy pickup if they can find it. Gets the call, the man to arrow combo. Borax here with the start storm, and they chain their stuns to perfection.
Axe is kind of carrying the game for them. There's the curse.
Well, they found another catch here, the bonus kill potentially. Monet gets on top of it. A quick Yule Scepter as TNC look to re-engage on the Wyvern. Backstab by Nightstalker, but Gabby's on his man on the RP. White Album's on top of them. TNC not standing a chance as they're dunked into oblivion. Fox slowed down, the Skadi slowed there, and they get on top of him again, but he still had that BKB running.
Surprised Axe didn't want to chase inside the base. 3 heroes dead, had a 4-staff, Blink Dagger, and a Call available.
Boomy, you having fun there, buddy? Dragon creep waves around, but guess who's coming? It's XXS. He's looking for you.
He is, and he just misses a call.
Is under attack.
No one is near the phone, so they need to go to the mid, get this tier 2 tower done with. Now, Troll is super tanky. I think Troll maybe regrets buying that Skull Basher early on, because we can see that, like, if he was a bit more tanky, which Scotty gives him, Scotty ruins Temporal Assassin and the Bristleback now going into Satanic. I really love Satanic Scotty combination. You have another way of dispelling things on top of Flicker. They're gonna go for tier 4. They feel like they want to threaten the game. They want to end this one.
You could see that, the way that Monet was moving, he was stutter stepping around that tier 3, and they ping out, go for tier 4s. Gabby's still dead for 30 seconds, so they've got Lion alive in 5, but Aster might just win this game outright before any response comes out.
Ignore the heroes, go for the throne.
Trying! Tim's is giving it all, he's golfing a throne, he's dying! 27-14, it's over! Game 1 goes to Aster!
Oh, great comeback from Team Aster. Finally, in the end, they managed to get their combos off, like they didn't overlap the spells. Magnus lands a 2-man RP. TNC overextended going inside the base near the tier 4 towers. We've seen so far in the tournament these displacement abilities like a toss, like a skewer, spear, being very potent, but being very good at defending the high ground. And once again, like they
Here it's their time. Maybe they have something better in mind. Maybe acts like the last game.
10 seconds remaining. Ban.
Razor.
Wow, have to do it. So what makes Razor so good? It's not your
TNC Predators turn to ban.
The lane. Overall, he just latches on top of that damage away. It's difficult to play into.
And she's slow. Slow to get in and out of fights. You don't go dagger anymore. So Razor
10
just
seconds
gets on
remaining.
you, follows you, and then once you do it, popping, you are still hitting.
5
break it,
seconds
right?
remaining.
Sure, okay.
It's good at pretty much all stages, and itemization is. Halbert, you can go for armor.
Dire team ban.
Cool. Mars. There's a hero that's been kind of falling off here. Used to be first pick, first. Now making.
Last. Can't remember. I was watching.
10 seconds remaining.
Draft order. I know they carry Mars.
5 seconds remaining.
Off link.
NTA
very weird.
NTA mid, right? That's yeah. So it's still, it's probably just between. TNC does Aster as well.
TNC Predators
I'm wondering
turn
if they
to
ban Batrider.
ban.
So you have TA and you have Wyvern. Even though Bat's not a popular pick,
So
this
good.
is the most godly Batrider game Aster wants.
Dire
See a
team
godly
ban.
Bat game, a godly Ster game versus both of these, a godly Phoenix game as well. That looks like
You might
dots.
be banned out the Nyx Assassin. Batrider.
Batrider and both of them,
10
Batrider and
seconds
Phoenix.
remaining.
Assassin's great. Saw that so much in the China region.
5
These
seconds remaining.
Phoenixes were buying BKB. Sunray with BKB. So yeah, I think they're that. So one of the two options. I hope.
TNC Predators turn to ban.
The Wyvern all throughout the game. You
Very excited to see Lion has been banned. Can you believe it? This little guy, this little demon, finally made it worthy enough to be. What a
gonna get
10
monumental
seconds
day.
remaining.
Lion's gonna get.
I mean, he should.
I've heard that the last major.
5 seconds remaining.
Like, let's give him this broken shard now. Let's give him.
Hero that was picked every single
TNC
game
Predators
at
turn
major,
to pick.
for some reason just gets buffed up. Nice frog. You liked it.
Batrider right now. He left it in
Dire
the pool.
team
Banning out the
Sent. Mars is banned out. Centaur looks.
That's a decent way for TA to bail him out of the static link.
Yeah,
Pop Stampede, run away.
not a bad pick at all. And good initiate.
10
This win rate
seconds
has not been
remaining.
doing too hot. He came in hot, first pick, sometimes some
5
bans
seconds
early.
remaining.
Now people have kind of, refigured since.
Actually, some life stealer is banned out this time around. It
Clockwork still.
talk as well.
Wyvern and T scout the backline.
Life stealer is that great.
TNC Predators turn to pick.
has arrived.
Dark Willow. Stuff up off lane, but I don't see any. They need
10
like a
seconds
center.
remaining.
access still in the pool, right?
5 seconds remaining.
Flower dart a couple of times,
yeah. Willow can be. Crown on them, then you can brambles. Yeah. Also, it's a little annoying for Stampede. Pro players are pretty good at dodging bramble. So fast, you might.
all of the brambles.
Pixels.
Very skinny one.
Very.
Hoodwink.
Hoodwink only ability.
Scurry around.
Whatever happened to that hero? Secret. Oh. I was about to say they were rocking it real hard, but they were the first people in
They
the
did pick it
tournament.
up
I'll still see
yesterday.
an NA and SA.
Okay. Snapfire.
Dire team ban.
Minus armor.
TNC Predators
Meanwhile,
turn to ban.
Yeah, the PL to protect the Morphling. Leaving their... So there's... Put the Razor off in...
10 seconds remaining.
We have seen that
In SA,
5
yeah.
seconds remaining.
rare, but maybe a
HFN, I believe.
to dodge the match. Morphling, I've been waiting for, like, I feel like most teams are expecting to see it. Morphling versus
It's Dark Halo Morphling.
and that.
I'm not seeing this. I didn't... Sometimes these most obvious combinations elude you as you're trying to find... Can't see the forest.
Dire team ban.
Yes. Well, that's kind of what Morphling. Thinking about everything in the draft.
TNC
Oh, no.
Predators turn
Not
to
two of
ban.
them. Seeing games with Spirit Breaker. Double char.
Some sense. It's even better now.
Bulldog.
How do you feel about some
10 seconds remaining.
stun?
I still have a feeling
Dire team pick.
those last two bans, PL and Void.
Yeah, but that's also versus more. PL specifically.
PL for sure. Wait,
Void, yeah, makes sense. But there's still some other stuff that needs.
I'm still like
10 seconds remaining.
TNC
5
Drow
seconds
Ranger.
remaining.
Yay, with the doable. Really? We've seen teams exactly. I feel like they do need more active ones.
counter. Not really that.
We've seen, who was it yesterday? Clark? Didn't
Lions.
Lions, yeah. You have the best game ever on the way Morphling plays right now is by that E-Blade, you lift target by the goes in, pokes, someone goes out, you already lost. They're taking their sweet.
They got plenty. Last thing they gotta do. Very game. Get this quick. Back into this.
TNC
best
Predators
idea.
turn
Oh, mama!
Oh my god. Alright.
That's a space maker Morphling.
Gotta
There
get
is.
DA.
Yeah.
But Wyvern though, the babies bite their mama.
Yeah.
Danger.
They can kill her even.
10
easily.
seconds
A lot of the
remaining.
damage does come from the though with the
5 seconds remaining.
double active.
Because of the bonus attack, right?
Yeah.
And there's Centaur as well that can defend against them.
Mhm.
You have Snapfire that will be able to clear all the spiderlings. Well,
I see late game draft though that they can get to late game, can get to the point where acts in line with this. I think pretty good.
problem is what do you pick here when you talk about skills?
A takes
Not me.
It should actually be really strong versus her in lane, right? Batrider should destroy Brood. When I'm thinking about it, there's no spiderlings. It's
Yes, but there's an enchantment.
okay.
Strong back. We saw literally Brood enchant.
Oh yeah, that's
Completely
too.
dump on the safe.
But Bat is good versus both of them.
But it is a bat mid, right?
No, please don't do that.
What are they running then? Bat safe lane? PA mid?
I'd rather do that, I think. I mean, I don't know, because Razor is mid. This is going to be so difficult.
Their team fight looks way better than the last.
Confident. I think they know. They got something up their sleeve.
I believe in this SCA Brawl type lineup. The problem is the laning stage itself. Like, how do they get out of the laning stage? Do they just get out of the lane? Playing versus Razor Brood, it's going to be very difficult to not feed on that safe lane. We've seen Aster feed there.
I thought the best Batrider game ever for. I still would favor Aster. I think TNC have chance to get out of the laning. I've seen these Broodmother lanes, Brood Enchantress, 7 minutes. 7 minutes, we're losing. Morphling.
Yep.
I give TNC some hope because outplayed Aster in that last game. And then the ending for me was that disappointment, and I get to that point. Morphling and Willow.
Prepare for battle.
At least they
Gentlemen, please, we must go. The time has come. Enough of your talking. It is time to give it down to our casters and get this game rolling. Let's send it that way.
Yeah, let's get rolling, Slacks. Here we are, Lacoste. Game 2. Very different drafts coming into this one as well, where we've seen the kind of pickup of a lot of late game for Aster, going away from the team fight, and then TNC kind of swapping things around for themselves.
Fogged, he was all about that Batrider, and this game, in the end, he got his wish granted for other team, but we'll still gonna see Batrider in the action. I believe there was one game that I've seen in Southeast Asia where Templar Assassin was played on the safe lane.
Okay.
Can't remember who it was or how it ended. I think it's doable. I think it's okay. Maybe not so much against the Broodmother. And I also want to see if Lanham will be playing position 5 from the off lane. Just get that extra creep plus the Broodmother, put that of pressure. You can also like play the jungle, leave Broodmother, potentially threaten the mid lane from the backstab, and also leave some solo XP to the Broodmother, which she definitely needs.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Gives you a lot of options there with the Enchantress. Just as you say. Taking a look here, Bokken, Boomy, the Wyvern and Centaur going for that top rune, Borax and Lanham down bottom. No real contest from either side. It looks like Boomy there trying to figure out where some of that dire vision is. No new information gathered for him though, as looks like Borax with a sentry ward knows exactly what's going on. Oh, where's it going? Is that sentry getting placed?
Nah,
No,
seems like he's
leaves it.
out. So yeah, they will have Enchantress plus Broodmother on the bottom lane, which I really like. Someone needs to body block that big camp. Body block it. Is there a sentry ward on Enchantress? There is one, so she could potentially unblock it. Wyvern starting with Arctic Burn. Side blades on a Templar Assassin. It's a lot of regeneration coming from the Broodmother, starting with the Ring of Protection as well. He knows that most of the damage will come from Templar Assassin. Wyvern really doesn't do too much. Boomy, yeah, he wants to body block that big camp.
He does get it done, and then up in this top lane, looks like Tim's taking a bit of damage there. As Boom
Just kidding, but there is a sentry ward. So Lanham will know. One thing you can do is fake it. Just pretend that you're inside while still having a sentry. And yeah, he will get a Ghost. Ghost level 1 as a creep sounds really good. Movement's below 25%. Same goes for the attack. Very annoying to play against.
57 damage as well. Need some good clicks onto Gabby and Boomy there. I mean, Lanham just trading out for the Arctic Burn. He'll clear out the Ghost though eventually. Slowly but surely whittling away at that creep that he picked up. That's good space for the Broodmother at 5 and 2. Yeah, we've seen this Templar Assassin safe lane a fair few times. Very similar to the Gyro, the Medusas of the world. You've got that Sideblade Splash, you've got that acceleration to farm through jungle. It's all about hitting your timings around.
Wyvern might be dead. Yeah, good
the
body blocks.
Yeah, Lanham's in front of Boomy. Fairy Fire popped out, but XXS with his Broodmother will claim the first blood in that bottom lane. This means Gabby
and the Courier
keeps on getting pressured. Courier down.
Radiant's Courier has
what is that creep called? The Ghost's baby. It's got a weird name. Fell Spirit, yeah.
Wouldn't have guessed in 1,000 years, Gary.
I think it was something a bit odd. Lanham's going to take that opportunity now to de-ward the camp. Kill off his own sentry ward in a second as well. And then in the other side lane, top lane, Tims and Bok. Usually with a Snapfire Centaur, we see a lot of aggressive potential around level 2, level 3. They jump onto people. They're cooking forward there onto Borax. Tims considering the kill. But so far, very good for that Morphling lane. Top of the CS. Oh, Lanham.
Lanham doing nothing. Boomy, I mean, not really effective against these heroes. Lanham didn't even go for Nature's Attendant, just wants to be able to deal a bit more damage. When you play position 4 from the safe lane, you need to get some different item build. You need to bring some extra healing cells.
A lot of damage on Gabby. Turns with a Meld Strike. The Broodmother thinking about keeping going with that insatiable hunger. They stole a range creep there. As Lanham keeps that damage going, and it does mean, I believe, the large camp is still blocked because he couldn't deny his own sentry in time.
What you do is put it in the middle, so it covers the whole area, the whole box of the spawn, and then you can just attack it yourself and unblock it.
Yeah, just didn't have time to unblock it before the
Yeah, and you usually unblock it at like 55.
A little bit off the mark there.
Is a great
From Lana. And they do lose Tim's top. Borax, Dark Willow, 1-1-0 build. Just Brambles and Shadow Realm shredding through Tim's snap. And Aster, this laning stage is something the panel brought up. That's, I guess, going to be a struggle for TNC. They're being burst down bottom lane. Gabby back in the trees. Oh, it doesn't look like they've got a salve or anything, just relying on tangos at this point. But 2 couriers arriving should be a bit more regen there for your Templar Assassin, I assume.
Lanham is doing a very good job staying out of the XP range, which I mentioned. You want to give that Broodmother level 6 as soon as possible. We will see that kill on the top lane. Famous walks into the Bramble and gets Shadow Realm hit. Mid lane, great start for White Album. 25 CS on Razor.
On Borax. Tims finishes him off. Some vengeance for Tim Snapfire there. But yeah, that mid lane you're mentioning. Armel bad against that Razor of White Album. Is this how we expect it to go?
Yeah, it's not a bad matchup for Razor, where if he feels threatened, can always use that static link. We see a go on a mid lane, Cookie plus a Scatter Blast available. Batrider doesn't have that, so Batrider's gonna die.
Oh, Bat's dying here. He's died tier 1 and White Album kills him. Sure, the Scatter Blast comes at the very end. And bottom lane, oh, the Centaur gonna try body block Gabby. XXS and Lanham retreating from their own aggression. But it's that uncomfortable feeling you have as Gabby in the spot lane. The TA right now, 20 CS, not a bad number, but every last hit has been a struggle, an uphill battle to try and contend with this Enchantress and the Broodmother. Well,
now she gets a big creep, and this is where the problem starts. I also want to see them bringing a Sentry Ward, because Templar Assassin has a meld, so you might be able to get either a turnaround kill or survive because of it. Boomy, 1.1-on-1 build, which I like, Cold Embrace, just to have, we've seen in the previous game exactly against the same heroes what it can do.
I guess this time around you've got Morphling and Razor who do add a little bit more magic damage to your repertoire. Even the Broodmother.
Mid lane, he needs a DP rotation.
Yeah,
there.
This time around, White Album is draining a lot of damage, but should die here to the damage over time. No, he's fine. Armel doesn't go for the finish. Razor survives, gets the 1 kill on Tims. He's very slow, but he's alive.
Rune spawning in 5 seconds, has 1 tango to work with, could potentially refill the bottle, might even go pick up a bounty rune. Let's see where it spawns. It's bottom, being guarded by Borax, so we'll be picking up 2 bounties. There's already 1 deep observer ward in dire triangles, scouting things out, but there are no stacks being made at the moment.
And Gabby, Cold Embrace Refraction back onto XXS. Broodmother gets into the trees over the webs, and this Mud Golem is going to split into a couple of Shard Golems in a second if they're not careful with what they're doing with him. But again, it's Templar Assassin and Winter Wyvern forced to use their spells, cooldowns, resources, just to play defensively in the lane, while Broodmother's still getting a lot of farm there.
Lanham needs to stay close, but not too close, if you know what I mean, Gary, because they want this level 6 on a Broodmother, then the Spiderlings are going to come out. Refraction will not be as good as
Social
it is.
distancing from the Enchantress.
Exactly.
Keep that 1.5, 2 meter distance from the Broodmother. Armel, so far, not having the best of times in mid lane. Getting chased down by White Album.
He goes back. He's dead.
He's got the lightning, he's got the plasma field. He's dead, you're right.
This will only hurt
3-1-0 for your Razor now out of that mid lane. And again, that touching point. The fact that this kind of scaling lineup from Aster, the ability to get out of the laning stage with any kind of advantage is a victory for them in its own regards.
Centaur has a lot of farm. He's sitting at the 37 CS Vanguard done already. Doesn't feel killable at the top.
Boomy.
But the bottom
Dead
lane,
to spiders.
yeah, it's just, they don't have enough, and now Gabby's in trouble.
I think Gabby might be dead as well. Does have the meld, turns around and whacks XXS under the tower with the aggro on him. Gabby sticks around in this bottom lane, but very likely needs some kind of TP rotation to help him. There's skeletons, there's spiderlings, there's a dark troll. Sure, traps are coming out, but Lana is going to face tank Gabby's damage. That's an overstep. Not respecting the TA's raw damage output. Still battling with the skeletons under the Nexus attendants though, and Gabby, oh, stuck in the tree.
Skelly Bros.
Dead. And Broodmother trying to slip away from Boomy. Turns around and fights the Winter Wyvern. Arctic Burn's going, but the heal and regen coming in from Broodmother. Too much.
He might be able to turn. Hunger available. Now to keep the distance. Spiders will finish him off.
And another kill for your Brood. Killing spree for XXS. 8-3 start for Team Aster.
Millennium TP's bottom, uses the healing cell. Templar Assassin TP's the bottom once again. Meanwhile, in the mid lane.
Cancels the TP, but Tim has put himself in a dangerous zone. And now, stunned up with the Cursed Crown. Finished off by White Album, while Armel, being strong-armed out of his own lane, cannot stand up against this rotation from Borax.
They might even rotate to the top lane. Another static link in 20. No boots on Centaur, no Stampede. They will go on him.
Yeah, they're trying to get Bok. TP should be successful here, though. They've spent all of their stuns, well, it appears. Enchantress also getting out of the grasps of the TA bottom.
No stuns available. Armel desperately needs that boots of travel to come online. I don't see any stacks being made. There's White Album who will probably invade the stack. Armel has Lasso available.
Free damage out of the Cold Embrace, though. And White Album, oh, they lose Gabby bottom too. Razor trying to run away from Armel and Tim's. Cookie with a flame break. They catch out the Razor. That's a lot of damage. Catch him with a lasso and a huge streak being grabbed by Armel. Something goes the way of TNC. But it's one move for another. You know, the TA dying bottom lane, a tragedy for them.
This is second death on TA, as she can't afford to go bottom anymore. Needs either a rotation from a Batrider possibly, who will have boots of travel, or needs to have a Snapfire. Snapfire is just 1 CS away from level 6. We'll get it.
And something that Aster, you know, maybe learned from Cuckoo, right? The Broodmother going to the enemy triangle very early on. We could see that swing from XXS, especially against the TA, right?
Both of these heroes, like Batrider, loves to be in a triangle. Same goes for Templar Assassin.
Stampeding. They find Lana, but in comes the Razor. Tim's and Bog on the retreat. XXS also moving himself around the back of the fight. Can they catch up to the Centaur, though? It's a lot of stolen damage. And there comes the lightning.
Razor is having a really good game. Same goes for XXS on the Broodmother.
They're being run over, man. They've got Cold Embrace on Boomy, but this Broodmother just never stops going. Down goes the Wyvern.
Aster is playing so aggressive. This is what, this is the timing where your Broodmother is super strong. 10-pick Broodmother against no real AoE. If they want to rotate one hero against the Broodmother, that should be Centaur. Other heroes can't really deal with the Broodmother. He should be the one on the bottom lane.
He's living! He survived! Armel couldn't get the finish even on that pesky little Enchantress.
Oh,
now it's stops. Stuck on the wrong side of that little hole in the ground. And TNC bleeding out. Kill after kill.
5k gold.
Tower after tower. Tim's in trouble now. They're going to terrorize over in that top tier jungle as it looks like Gabby trying to battle with a Willow and Enchantress, but Morphling coming in now. Swiftly move with that Bedlam damage, and Gabby gone yet again.
Gabby tried to pull a little sneaky on them, go inside their jungle, but there is a ward scouting him out. So Centaur needs to play bottom. He will be able to defend the tower. And as you mentioned, XXS is something that Cuckoo done before.
Hey, look at him.
He's going to be in a triangle.
That shuts down so much of the farming. You don't need to play bottom anymore. Bottom jungle is not that effective. So Broodmother stealing these stacks and, more importantly, taking the Ancients out of the game means TA doesn't really have any catch-up mechanism anymore.
He might not be able to clear the Ancients.
He'll defend them.
But yeah, just the threat of a kill could potentially be there. Can collapse on the top tower, which is sitting at the 400 HP. Very aggressive moves from XXS. He clears the bottom tower, rotates to the mid, they secure it, get 1 kill while doing that, and then invades the enemy triangle. So DA will get some recovery time right now, sitting at the 4,000 net worth.
Well, they force the Firefly defensively from
Yeah,
Armel.
three cores at the top right now from Team Aster.
Everyone bodyguarding that triangle with their lives. That fire there, yeah, she's level 6, so we could have some kisses come into play. Still about 1,000 gold away from your blink on Centaur, though, and that's your primary form of initiation right now.
Radiant's top tower.
I mean, it just needs so much for TNC to play their heroes properly, right? The bots and the BKB on the Batrider, you need that Dragonlance Deso on the TA, you need Blink Dagger on Centaur.
We didn't even talk about
require big
Morphling.
items.
Monet has been farming silently, involved in one of the early kills.
Has he got Ags yet?
No, come on, calm down, Gary. He's going Manta style, wants to be able to get rid of some of the slows and dodge things. Not yet.
What about now?
What about now? Still nothing.
Is under attack.
I don't know. Go for the Ags straight away. I would prefer a T-Blade.
Cookie lasso play. Enchantress, incredibly tanky though, still burns through a crisp inside that Firefly. Also Stampede to try and disengage, because XXS was also maneuvering himself
available, but keeping the distance.
Here. Sick from Borax. They've got the TA all locked up in place and booming. He wants a curse, but who's he put it on? He can't choose a target. Finally gets a curse out there, but dies immediately after, and Razor giving chase onto Armel and Bok.
This is Team Aster that I've seen in the first season, in the second season. Yesterday, I don't know what was up, but also execution in the first game of this series was really not top-notch, but this is it. This
They've warmed up.
Exactly, like they needed some time to warm up. 3 games, and they're back on track.
They absolutely are in the driving seat right now, belt buckled and ready to go. Razor working on BKB, and this is going to start to look like end game, late game for Aster. And these BKBs coming up very quickly. And Broodmother with all these aura items, tanking up the team. Yeah, the mech, the full Greaves in fact now delivered.
I don't think it's needed to get like this game. Usually something that Brood gets, but you're playing against TA, Centaur, Wyvern, kind of a waste. I would love this to be maybe a Solar Crest, just get some more armor.
Solar into Lotus maybe?
Yeah, Lotus Orb is also good against the Batrider and the Curse on top of it, just to get more utility. I wouldn't mind seeing AC on top of it, just be able to tank up. Great fear from Borax.
That Terrorize was really spot on. And it just allows your Razor and Morphling to kind of waddle forward, force out an awkward Curse, and then this mid lane bot being drained of all of his damage. Razor really starting to ramp up quickly. Stampede's out, bot looks to escape. Trapped though by the Troll Net, Lanham cuts him off at the pass. Yule's on the way to Wyvern as well to try and stop them, and another fear. 2 of them caught up in it, but Bok has survived.
Borax is so good at using these terrorizers early on before the fight like even starts. We've seen him in the previous fight on Winter Wyvern, so he can get the good ulti off.
Entire top lane being cut out by the Batrider. Armel trying to get as much as he can out of the map, because TNC, they could fight back. We've seen them out-execute and outplay a number of teams throughout the event so far already. Potentially, if they do hit these items, they could look good in the overall team fights with what they've got. You know, the Curses, the Kisses, the Stampede, the Blink Stop, and Gabby with Armel. They've lassoed up the Razor. This is the first step to mounting a comeback. Just got to not lose anyone from this point on
That's
out.
available
Templar
on
Assassins surrounded by
no
Spiderlings. Any stuns from Borax? No. TA's out. Armel's not going to have the same security though, as the Kisses launch towards the Dire team, but Monet's there. Hands the cookie forward. Scatter Blast.
That's a cookie factory.
It is, absolutely. And I think Tim's here just going to pop out a taunt and die with a triple kill going to XXS.
They might even go inside a pit. They have enough sustain from the Morphling, a bit low on mana. Guardian Greaves will be available in the 20 seconds. Let's see if they decide to go for it. Seems like they will, because there is enough damage coming out from the Morphling, coming out from the Broodmother. They also have a Centaur from Enchantress to scout things out. Might be able to fail a bit. We'll see how this fight actually is going to go. Batrider, no lasso, Blink Dagger available. Roshan half HP, no kisses, as you mentioned.
If there's a chance, it's now for TNC. They're all clumped up in the Roche pit. This is your window of opportunity.
What are you doing, brother? Centaur
stay pumped. Borax is toying with them. Curse Crown connects, and Roshan still being chipped away at by Monet Morphling. The bot trying to front line, allow Armel to slip into the pit potentially. Flame break, not going to last too much longer though, and this standoff around Roshan and Aster, they are winning out. They're chipping away with these short cooldown spells. They're forcing TNC into an all-in or nothing position. And it might have been.
Terrorize is available. This is the big thing that they're afraid of.
There's the Winter's Curse. TNC started off and Roshan's nearly dead. They get the kill on Borax. Roshan's about to fall. The buyback comes in for the Dog Willow, but they're cooking forward. In we come with the Scatter Blast and the Spear. Gets the Aegis. Good terrorize again though as Borax buys back and comes in to swing the fire around again. Fox dead and so's Gabby.
Oh, they're gonna clean them up. Gary Batrider has a lasso, but he already knows the fight is over.
It absolutely is.
For Bob, but that's all it's gonna be. One
damage
buyback from Borax. Not sure Borax was needed to be in the front lines, just protect him with the Bramble Maze, fake pump it, good ability usage there, flame break from Batrider to knock them out. The bot gets in, gets the Aegis, still a big win for Team Aster.
Oh, this is a big lasso though.
He's beyond godlike.
He's beyond godlike, right? The streak there, yeah, 808 gold goes to Tim's. Broodmother overstepping her bounds. But honestly, that team fight, I feel like Borax did that on purpose. He knew he had buyback, and he knows that TNC are an all-in position. If they cast a single ultimate on the Willow, then he knows the team fight is very likely just one straight off of it.
Now look at the XXS. He's gonna come in and start attacking the cursed target. Oh no, he's already dead there. Never mind. But once again, good terrorize there from Borax. They will clean them up. Once they group, there's not too much team fight once again coming out from the TNC. They have Mortimer's Kisses. They have Lasso. Pickoff potential is good if they can get one good curse to set things up. Reset possibly. Get a good save out of it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We'll see what I can get done. It has been a real slow start for TNC, but the net worth lead only sitting around 3,000. 4K now it jumps up to. Such a kill lead. Maybe expect a bit more, as we've been saying. Aster with a real fast tempo with the lineup they've got. And Broodmother's been such a big part of that.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Solar Crest now done on her as well.
The full solar, which will give them more tankiness. Their heroes also heavily rely on dealing physical damage, so if you pop that offensively on someone, Razor will be able to solo kill him. Smoke from Team Aster.
You want to try and find a pickoff. It can start to get a bit spooky though for Aster, can't it? If TNC have their full force together. You were mentioning just the look of the hero model. It's very squishy on Aster, and they still need to itemize. Try and become a bit tankier against the combos that TNC has. Team fight execution, definitely something that TNC have strived and has great success with.
TNC, because Team's got so much gold from that kill. 800 lasso.
Yeah, dragging back. Old school bat build, going to catch out XXS. Terrorize. It's not going to split them wide enough. Boomy was on the outside, and those kisses. Long-range lava projectiles and what, 200 gold.
Another one. Yeah, that Aghanim Scepter is gonna be big. You could potentially save people from Razor when he uses a static clank. Spit him out somewhere in the back. That's a good way of protecting the Templar Assassin. You can also initiate with it. Morphling, still 0 deaths going into Scotty, so that's gonna cripple some of the ranged heroes and also reduce the healing coming out from the Cold Embrace.
So what did you say? Is Scotty?
Yeah.
Does he have Aghanims yet?
Not yet, Gary. I would love to see E-Blade because it's a great way to better blow up Wyvern. I don't think you can kill Snapfire because she's a bit too tanky at the moment, but it's also a good save against the possible Winter's Curse.
For those of you wondering there, Scriff pointing out, Aghanims Morphling means Shadow Realm Morphling. And I think when you get waveform attacks targets as well, you get a bunch of Shadow Realm attacks onto people.
I just want memes. I'm a serious guy. I'm here to talk about Dota, the professional esport gamers that are playing at the major.
You're rubbing off on me,
No, I don't want to see any memes, Gary. I think I've seen them all.
Spending too much time with Rich and Slacks.
Yeah, exactly.
And I do love Slacks' new hat though, that little pink thing.
He's too cute.
One. They said they'll order some more for us, so we can be the pink hat gang. Flapping our ears.
Cuteness overload.
That's beautiful stuff. Well, Aster not really pushing too aggressively for the past 2-3 minutes or so, just kind of letting TNC well across the map, push out that top lane, keep their farm rate up, which is why that net worth lead hasn't really moved too much from that 3 to 5k mark And dipping back down to around 4,000. This does mean we've got some pretty big items out from TNC. And again, their ability to catch and kill heroes is tremendous if they could get a couple of smoke ganks going. I would love to see that aspect of their game. And look at that. Winter Wyvern literally buys 2 smokes. Let's go. It's time to fight. I think, yeah, even has a 3rd one already in the backpack. Time to gather up, boys.
3 smokes. You know you haven't been really using them correctly when you have more than 2. Same goes for the earn charges. If someone has more than... my number is 3, could be a bit too low.
Just use them.
Just use them, exactly. Blink Dagger. We'll keep them safe.
And there's this back build is really nice. We've seen so much of the bots, BKB, Etherland's Octarine Core, having this Blink Force Staff. Again, displacement abilities. We've been talking about that so much this tournament with Tiny, Magnus, tossing and skewering. Now, you know, it's been a long time since I've seen this kind of build, because it used to be the build.
The build, exactly. We were more oriented towards Etherlands, BKB, then maybe a Blink Dagger, sometimes even full Octarine Core. New Shard is really good, like it applies as a stick in a palm, and you have 2 charges on the Flame Break. You need to be careful. This is also a displacement tool.
Exactly. This is their ability to just drag one of the cores completely out of the saving range of the Dark Willow or the Enchantress.
Batrider cutting the creep wave, Temporal Assassin putting some pressure on the bottom. The tier 2 tower will still fall, I believe. They need a bit more extra damage. Morph everything into Agi, come on.
Okay,
I dare you.
I believe in you. It's also the fact that TNC are able to go on multiple targets, right? They've got Stampede, Blink Stomp, they've got the Blink Lasso, they've got the Winter's Curse, so they can split this fight, 3 ways and really give the Templar Assassin her choice of target to go on. They need to get it started first, though.
Aster needs to be careful how they approach the fight. It needs to be split, especially against Winter Wyvern. So, Razor going into some status resistance. I know what you're gonna say, Gary. I've seen that look on your face before. Morphling, finishing Scotty, going into Aghanim Scepter. You satisfied, Punk?
Yeah, I'm satisfied. We'll see it soon. It's definitely an item I'll enjoy to watch. Huge raw amount of nuke damage coming out of the Morphling. Straight from his right clicks. Aghanim's for the TA now, so a bit more map maneuverability there for Gabby. Aster, the ones playing very tight-knit, grouped up together in that Radiant Triangle, taking down tier 2s after tier 2s. Like, mid lane's also going to get shredded by the Spiderlings as well. XXS claims that one. And the map starts to become a little smaller for TNC.
Every single tier 2 tower gone, while Team Aster has every single one of them. They're also holding both outposts, so that means there hasn't been any XP for a very long time.
It's also the fact that they've not given any chance for TNC to fight. Like, we keep writing this story about them being able to catch people, kill them. But so far, it's just been Broodmother in the past, 5 minutes or so that's had 2 deaths, and outside of that, we haven't seen Aster really relinquish any control of the map or give any opportunities to TNC.
TNC is still finding the farm on the map. Net worth difference around 5-6k constantly.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Keeping it competitive, keeping it close. There's the Blink Stomp. Show off the Batrider displacement tools, and the Kisses going in towards XXS. Heals himself up with the Greaves. And White Album has made its way forward here onto the Centaur, but they've got a Winter's Curse. Boomy holds him in place. This is well executed as they gobble up a Wild Ring, chuck it towards Aster. Bedlam there with a golden brace. Buys a bit of time for Box. Still with the Dagger Strike though, Monet will take him down. Gabby hungry
out, and he TPs to the side lane.
Jump into the side lane, you're right, onto that trap. The disengage tool from Gabby gets him away, so we have a 1-for-2 trade, which TNC should be very happy with.
XXS, after amazing performance for the first 20 minutes, this is where Broodmother starts to fall off. We can see some of the downsides. You get caught, you die. Now has a casual cloak. I don't know if he wants to finish off the full hood. I would prefer if that's just a Lotus Orb against the Curse, against the Batrider ulti. Would feel really nice.
Would be cool, yeah.
Look at that, Gary. 800 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, yes. Oh, we love a bit of Aghanim Scepter. That's going to be another timing they look for. What's the Razor building, by the way? Because he went like Yule,
Casual
BKB.
Sange, just some status resistance, more tankiness.
Oh, there's that drag back again. A Blink Stomp, Lasso. drag the Broodmother into that.
Looks like a really good curse, but Ravens didn't have any damage. They're having fun. You know, spitting out the Wild Wing made him chuckle.
Gobble it up and spit it out to all your enemies. And we're going to have a BKB on bat soon as well, so that's going to give him even more free reign in these fights to pick his targets.
Yeah, they have no abilities that go through magic immunity, so once he gets that BKB, should be an easy pick off.
Yeah, pretty clear cut. Well, there it is. Ags morphling.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, it's turned into Dark Willow.
Shame.
No shame in this whatsoever. Let's see if he can actually use it, though. Gabby, scout it. Dark Willow. Get some ward coverage up on that high ground. And the smoke here is going to end from Aster. No pick off. Dark Willow replicate. I guess morph now.
From this point, it's much easier for Scrift to do his job, because everyone wants to see Morphling Dark Willow.
Oh, they've got a catch here. Well, the chain starts to do it. TNC, they're executing. Ultimate A to kill off the Morphling. Terrorize will send them back. 1-0. Chasing Bok, the Winter's Curse. Holds them out again while Tims. Focused down by the Bedlam and the Broodmother. Bok trying to turn back, and they've got a cold embrace. But it's not enough to save him. Tims will have to buy back as the Melt Strike and Arno's Batrider shoving towards White Album's Razor. Aster, though, overwhelming their opponents in that Radiant Triangle.
He was bought back. Great execution. We've seen Batrider with the Blink Dagger and the BKB going in, surprising him. Maybe Morphling would love to have like a Lincoln Sphere to be able to protect himself. This Aghanim Scepter's cool. It's a 4,000 gold. Didn't see too much value out of it this time around.
He's bought it and died.
We need to balance it. I know you're a big fan.
Negative Nancy over here, Lacoste.
Yet to see how strong it is.
Well, we might not find out if he keeps starting like that. Again, just want to keep pointing out the fact that TNC are so very good at that interplay between their heroes, the team cohesion. It's always been a trademark of the TNC squads, no matter who's been playing for them. This game feels no different in terms of how they're executing their team fights. They know when to jump, who to jump, and how to jump. It's just a matter of how high, how long they should go for.
TNC, a lot of ability on their side. You have Wyvern with a Blink Dagger, same goes for Centaur, Batrider, TA also full Pike, and I see Snapfire going for a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier to set the saves up.
It's like that surprise factor, right, that TNC has a lot of. An ability just to find a hero, blow them up, get numbers advantage. So it'd be nice to see Aster starting to itemize towards, you know, the Eon Discs, the BKBs, those tankier items. Yeah, Broodmother's buying Eon Disc right there, I love that. Big fan. I think that's something that Team Nigma in particular have caught on to recently as well. Like buying 3 or 4 Eon Discs in the late game, so important.
Especially against the instant jump that they got. You have Batrider Lasso, Winter's Curse, potentially PA can blow you up. In the end, Broodmother decided to go for the full pipe.
Yeah, we've seen that replay, of course. A couple of heroes lost out by TNC. Unable to kill anyone apart from that Morphling. Still find it interesting, the pronunciation about Eon Disc. Aegis of the Immortal. Aegis. You don't really care, do you, Lacoste?
We had a patch where it was said that it's pronounced Aegis.
That's true. Ice Frog has spoken on that word in particular. We'll see if he...
Gotta listen to men.
Yeah, maybe, you know, he has a little tooltip on the Eon Disc as well and starts to correct us. Force us to pronounce it.
Yeah, Eon 730, Eon Disc removed from the game, Eon Disc pronounced Eon Disc, okay.
Yeah. Smoke around Roshan for Aster. Batrider on that high ground with Firefly and Bok ready nearby. The Terrorize cancelled out. He blinks out there as well. Armel and Bok quick with the fingers. Get away from Aster as they start Roshan. They get into the pit. Gobble up, spit. There's the jump from a little creep.
Some damage, but there is pipe already popped. And Guardian Breathe down so quickly.
A blink stop and now a lasso drag back. The Terrorize doesn't really connect on anyone. More Monet. He's moved himself out of there. Borak's going to be the hero that dies instead. Monet still looking to finish off Roshan. He does die in the back. A BKB for the TA to win his gun. Roshan nearly dead, but the disarm on Gabby. He was helping it so he couldn't get any damage done. Runs away to his trap. Roshan about to fall. And
Monet
Aster,
needs to pick it up.
the full control of the Roshan pit. Monet should be able to grab this with ease.
He gets it. He gets everything. Cheese Aegis. Where's the shard at? Oh, Razor picked up the shard. Will get it for himself. So whenever he's attacked and targeted with a spell, budget lightning released. This has to be like Storm Surge in general is the most boring ability in the game. It gives you move speed, bonus move speed, 24%.
It's a wind lace.
I mean, it's a better wind lace, but
it's a wind lace.
Sure.
Imagine having that as your spell. Poor Razor. Lana being eyed up by Gabby, but he's going to project himself astral style across the map. Keep his farm rate going and shove out that bottom wave for now. And the net worth lead, you know, is still around that 3K mark, and I still have this feeling in my gut that TNC could pull out some magical team fight.
They definitely could, especially if they pull someone from the tier 3s into tier 4 towers. They have a lot of control. Wyvern also holding onto Gem for a very long time, being able to reward pretty much the whole jungle. All the locket is done.
So how do you want to see Aster approach this? Is it a case of we need to get super farmed, we need to get a pick off on a buyback hero? Can they just go high ground with Aegis Cheese?
They should. I think they should try to threaten it. There is one Lotus Orb, so this is one way to protect yourself. Go through Magic Immunity, use it on a Batrider. Big pick off if they can get Wyvern.
Yeah, the terrorize.
They're also going to get the gem from this one.
A lot of damage. Stolen out by Razor. Boomy down. Gem on the deck. Do they know about it? He hid himself in the trees. So I don't know if they realize. Boomy's pinging it out.
You know, pro players, they don't even click on the hero before they attack him. So there is a gem still hiding. White Album. It's very close.
Go on, Mr. Courier. Yes, speed burst, sprint it across, hiding in the fog. It's home. Oh, is it? Monet. He's not going to spot it.
Monet, focus more on turning into Dark Willow.
Oh, thank you. That is the important thing. Well pointed out, Lacoste.
Wretch would be very happy about this game. You know what's better than a Dark Willow? 2 Dark Willows.
2 Marescas! Get lots of bit of that. Gobble up. Centaur dies. Stop from the real Centaur of Bok. Has to be cookied back to safety, though. And look at this, the Dark Willow. Oh, Morphling pumping damage towards him, but a cold embrace for one at a time. It's a lasso there. Quickly grabbing Aster and dragging him into this base. They're battling here, TNC, and they've dropped them low, but no killing blow just yet. Bok is dead, but with buyback. They will defend their bottom lane of barracks now.
Monet turns once again into Dark Willow, a bit low on mana. So they need to reset. They need to be able to get the Guardian Ruses on cooldown. Top lane being pushed by Templar Assassin with the Psionic Projection. They got the tier 3 tower. They got the buyback from it. Razor also very greedy in that fight. Had a bottle instead of cheese in his inventory, so could potentially die because of it if they manage to lock it down. Now going into Shiva's Guard, which will provide more vision in the backlines, being able to jump the Winter Wyvern.
Razor's got some really good talents, doesn't he? It's always felt he's been lackluster as we scale into that mid to late game point. But having strength, armor, tankiness, kind of similar to the Faceless Void talents that we've seen previously.
Well, nah, I don't think there's a hero as good as Faceless Void in terms of talents. He gets HP, he gets strength to level 10, level 15. Then you get Time Walk, duration, attack speed.
I say kind of similar. Don't take anything away from Faceless Void.
Gary, backtrack?
Am I backtracking? Backpedaling a little bit? Maybe. Well, Team Aster.
I love that we have some of the iconic Dota 1 abilities brought back into Dota 2. The one that I really like, Hex.
The TA, Stampede BKB, Astral Projection. Gets the hell away from the Broodmother.
I wanted to see Craggy Code from Tiny, which was a thing as his shard, which was the most
broken as hell.
The most useless shard in the game.
Bok.
You attack someone, you're stunned. Someone attacks you, you're stunned. Apologies. It was so good that I don't even remember what he was doing.
I mean, in Dota 1, what was it, like 25% chance for like a 1 second stun or something?
But before, it worked different in Dota 1 days, because every single time like you just clicked on something.
It's like when you
when you start out stunned.
It's like that old Wind Ranger clip against Centaur, where she's like fake animation cancelling and still dying to return, Oh, those are the good old days where things just worked in wonderful ways, because they did.
Templar Assassin just hit level 25, 8 refraction instances on top of what she's got, so that's 14. They don't have overtime damage. This could be a big issue of bringing down Templar Assassin. They actually have none. Timeless Relic, Trickster Cloak, and that's for Team Aster.
Oh, Illusionist Cape there for the Centaur. See if he hands that over to somebody else. The Scythe of Ice, though, on XXS, we've already seen how much it can do just with him around and some Spiderlings. And now he buys a Blink. So the Blink jump that we've been mentioning from TNC side, it's being responded to by some Blink jump of their own for Team Aster. It's an incredibly tanky Broodmother. I mean, XXS right now, 20k net worth, leaps and bounds ahead of that Centaur, his counterpart in the position 3.
Still a very close game. We did not see a full team fight for a long time where both of these teams just go full force.
And there's the lasso. Enchantress, line him. I don't think I've seen his hero or said his name in about 10 minutes, but there he is, dead.
Very dead indeed. Timeless Relic found by TNC as well. I want to see that picked up possibly on a Batrider, right now holding a Flicker, which allows him to dispel. What can he dispel? Enchant. He can dispel Spirit Vessel, Bramble Maze, and Cursed Crown, so not too bad. Also gives you some extra movement speed, so he might actually keep it. Timeless Relic might be picked up by a Snapfire. A lot of magical damage coming out, and yeah, she's got it.
I mean, in this kind of game, everyone's waiting for that next Roshan, the third one. But TNC...
Snapfire very greedy, even though picking up the Blink Dagger, does not want to go for Shard. Like, this is the best combo that I've seen. First, it was all about that Solar Crest, but then you have a different ways of itemizing on a Snapfire with that Shard addition. Definitely one of the best shards in the game out there.
Yeah. Right now, it feels like TNC are outplaying Aster just macro style. Pushing out that top wave, the TA's jumping from lane to lane, shoving every wave. And we see this, you know, this effect where basically they're just being pushed around the map and not able to connect onto any real target. Gabby might be out in the open now, though. The Blink Hex will find it.
Follow-up.
The XXS Broodmother with the Morphling here, BKB and the projection. Gets across to the ancient camps. Perfect efficiency from Gabby. And again, no kill there from Aster.
Dark Willow needs to be playing with the Broodmother if they want to get a kill. Hex into Cursed Crown Terrorize combination. There is one more. Wow. Just keep doing it.
Well, yeah, Gabby just, I don't know, playing table tennis. He's just ping-ponging around the map. He's one side 1 second, the other side the next. Team Aster chasing Ghosts. And again, this game just keeps on building up for TNC to a point at which their team fight could be overwhelming for Aster. And all those early game item decisions start to wear off in effectiveness. There's the flicker around. Boomy getting chased though. The Shadow Realm Morphling. He's had the Aghanims for a good 8-9 minutes, and we get to see it in proper action at long last. Bok TP's home. So will Tim's, as well as Armel. And 1 minute for the Roshan to respawn.
No Shard on Dark Willow. When you have Morphling turning into Dark Willow, Bramble Maze, you get the Shard, even more. Then you get to that level 20.
More Brambles. Dark Willow going for Blink next after that Spirit Vessel. They really want that catch and kill capability. Templar Assassin, oh god. Daedalus, Titan Sliver, Aghanim Scepter. Every lane you look at is trending towards the dire side of the map when its TH is given absolute freedom. That's going to help them take Roshan as well. I mean, Aster just on the back foot. They're pruning lanes. They're basically gardeners at this point.
It's very hard for them to deal with Templar Assassin. They don't have that instant stun. They have instant catch with the Broodmother, but they need some follow-up. They also don't have a Basher carrier this game.
Well, look at this. Comes out of the Hex.
See ya.
BKB Astral. And again, doesn't need the BKB that time. he's loving it.
There you go.
They've got another side device here. The speedy Batrider. Blink stop with his curves. Overlapping a bit on the Enchantress.
Only the Enchantress.
They force stab and stampede away. They realize they flubbed it. Bit of a blundered initiation from TNC.
This is the ability that they need to win a team fight, to set things up for a possible Centaur Stomp.
Oh, look how fast they smoke. Aster knows that they've got a massive opportunity right now with no Winter's Curse, no Stampede. The ability to catch out one hero here. Buyback-wise, we're looking at what? TA, Snap, Wyvern with buybacks. Enchantress on the dire side has one.
Roshan being pinged out. They have a trap inside of it, but I believe there is a gem on Borax. He also has Timeless Relic, so longer duration stuns, longer duration Bramble Maze, more spell damage coming up from the Bedlam. On top of the Talon, Dark Willow is a hero that really shines into these like a bit prolonged fights if she can survive, or she goes in and after BKBs are down, deletes a core.
Yeah. Oh,
Centaur
says hello to the entirety of Team Aster. TNC do have 5 alive. Considering the move in with a lasso play, they catch the Broodmother, drag her into the Minotaur, Bell strikes, down you go, but Bok is found, you're right, by the Shadow Realm Morphling. White Album gets on top of Gabby, but the astral projection away from the static link while Boomy blinks in.
With no curse, he just blinked in.
Blinks in and dies. Mel might be suffering the same fate here as well. Slowed by the Scotty, caught by the Shadow Realm, trying to firefly over the cliff tops and blinks away, but you're right. Look at Gabby go. You might be trying to do Roshan, but the bottom lane's in trouble. Curse Crown, Fear, terrorize up the TA. Morphling also arriving here to do some damage on the Gabby. They've got the Templar Assassin.
They got it. Nice setup there from Borax. I don't know what the Wyvern was thinking. He blinked in. Maybe he was trying to forget about the bad curse that he used in the previous fight, and he's like, I forgot about it. I have it online.
I'll get this one.
Just blinks in and dies. So this is third Roche. Aghanim Scepter also available.
Did you buy back his TNC here, or did you let Aster have it?
You need to let them have it. You might just try to blink in with one of the heroes, steal it, and that's your best shot.
Dire's top tower.
No shot.
She's still in a pit. Someone please pick it up.
And Borax will take it. Aghanim's blessing for the Razor now. Cheese can get handed over as well. There's room bottled up by White Album.
The funniest part about Aghanim's on Razor is that it affects towers, barracks, and the Ancient. It doesn't affect those buildings inside the base called buildings. I believe it doesn't. These useless things that absolutely do nothing. We're very creative about the wordings. Like, what are we gonna call them? A building. Here's a raise. Here's like, take a week off. You did your job.
Gonna get DMCA'd in a second. Can't call him that anymore. There's a lasso drag back. Mel flickers across. There's good damage towards Lanham, but he's healing through it. Sustaining the onslaught while Bok clears it up. Finally, picking off Lanham as a curse. Holds a couple of Aster in place. White Album chasing out Bok Centaur. But Aster now can turn and face the buildings. Structural damage is what they came for, and that's what they'll claim. Another gobble up. It's an illusion of the Snapfire sent
He makes
forward.
the illusion with the illusion escape, so always have something to gobble up and spit out. That's nicely done. Problem is that this time around, Cold Embrace, he turns into Shadow Realm and it goes through his curse.
They've got great burst. White Album's dead, didn't even cheese himself up. Broodmother morphing though back towards Bok, dusting him up. The Cold Embrace will stop the damage coming through onto the Centaur, but he's going to get stunned at the end of it. And Bat Rider has to buy back to defend your base now. Flame Break missing out. Monet speeding away. More
Blink Force available.
Still going to get jumped on here. Bat Rider turned on. That Monet morphling does so much damage.
Oh, the problem is they used their buybacks. Like Templar Assassin still does not have it.
Radiant's bottom barracks
2,000 gold. Farms fast, so might be able to farm it in the next like 2 minutes.
She bought the MKB.
She really did. Want to be able to counter that Morphling. They need damage. Butterfly already online on Morphling. I love that Morphling's going back to Lincoln Sphere. And we can see that he lacks mana and also have one way to protect against the curse, protect against the lasso. Still holding that Aegis for another 2.5 minutes. After he regions the mana, Razor is out. They should try to go and finish this game.
So far, we have seen, like you say, you like that Morphling itemization because TNC's initiation, when it is crisp, when they get their teamfight ultis all chained up correctly, they can hold out against Aster. But they need everything to go ever so right. As we have 2 Dark Willows now. Monet and Borax up in that top lane. Clearing out the wave. Gobble up, trying to delay that push. Illusion escape, yeah. Takes the whole wave out. That's going to be annoying for Aster. You see that bottom lane, Gabby's doing the exact same thing there, and this map maneuverability from all these heroes, incredible from TNC, just to slow down and delay this game out, make sure they get maybe another chance at Roshan. Maybe another couple of buybacks come up, another item arrives.
Templar Assassin needs a buyback, one more creep wave, she will have it.
And Aster prep themselves. Not going to bother dealing with that bottom wave.
White Album, keeping the illusion escape, might want to try to go and possibly bait one big spell, either a curse, or if he can get the lasso.
Monet.
There we go.
The lasso and illusion.
Radiant's bottom.
They don't go for Monet. And White Album, he baits them out.
And this is, it's a bit lower cooldown because of the Octarine, but it allows them to get mega creeps. They will go and try to get some megas. 50 seconds until Aegis runs out.
Monet, an absolute madman with that Shadow Realm damage. And get too close to that Morphling, you are done for. Look at it, it's raining hellfire to Gabby and Tim's. Ghost Scepter's needed. Try and push him back. Flame breaking to stop. Maelstrom there as well. Morphling has man down. Aegis though. Terrorized. Turn around with a curse. Focusing the real Dark Willow. She dead to it. Absolutely is. Gone for 2 minutes. Oh, Aster. They want this tier 3 tower, but TNC are holding on. They're taking the Aegis and the Chain Storms. They're catching the Morphling. No strength morph there. They've got Monet. No. He's out. Anyway,
he manages to get out. That was pretty big.
Ever so barely escaping. XXS still looking for that sideline push forward as Gabby and Armel get onto White Album. Movement from the Razor though with BKB up. And I'm down to Gabby. They've got minus armor on XXS here. They can't find the Broodmother though, and Monet with White Album already slipped out of range.
They need to get more. Lasso is available. He does not want to go for it. Force Staff plus Flicker was also available. Whoa, that was so close.
I tried
a second. Morphling, he decided to go for the waveform charges. Almost died there because he couldn't get the shift off. Gets it off at the last second.
And having both of those charges so good with a Shadow Realm as well. If you're able to go aggressive onto someone, blow them up in a matter of seconds. But again, this situation now getting closer to level 30. Buybacks even more important. I mean, paramount really for TNC to hold on to their base, losing out on the entirety of their bottom lane of barracks and that mid lane as well. Just one lane remains, and still a good 2 minutes until Roshan. So any form of play they wanted to make, taken out of their hands just by the RNG and the timing. Gonna have to go in towards mid lane instead. Tier 2 towers there.
Morphling bought out. He does not have buyback. He does have a buyback, like cost kicking in. Apologies, I was looking at the Razor, got confused by a blue icon. I was like 4,000 gold, that's enough. Why does it say that that he doesn't have it? But yeah, bought out the E-Blade. Still thinking about getting either a BKB, maybe a Linken's. He's still swapping things around. Could possibly get rid of the Boots of Travel. Also, he ate that Aghanim Scepter.
And Razor there with a Refresher Orb. So multiple BKBs, multiple ultis. The ability to destroy buildings incredibly quickly. Block. He's out in the open. Looks away, Lotus is off the Cursed Crown. Terrorize not going to land in time. And even a bit of invis there. Coming out his Trickster's Cloak was there. Lasso up. Hellstrike Gobble up. Spinning forward. They get money. Beautiful pick off from TNC. Now the curse. They've got Gabby jumping out of there. They don't want to contain the Razor anymore. Broodmother in the back lines. Taking down Tims. The spiraling army's coming the cost. They want the back riding here.
Refresher.
And Bok can't save him with a stomp. He's been BKB turned up by the Razor, but you're right.
They need to fall back. Just wait. Roche may respawn in 20 seconds. Can they get another kill from this?
They can't finish anyone off. They might find Lanham now. Templar Assassins on top of the Enchantress. Stomp is there. Catch the Ench. Armel and Gabby should be able to take him down slowly but surely.
Well, Morphling right now probably regrets that he bought that E-Blade instead of going for the Lincoln Sphere, because it changes his mind. Does not want to get BKB anymore. Lincoln Sphere in the quick buy. Roshan will respawn in 50 seconds, so Morphling will be out, Enchantress will not. She does not have a buyback. Used it 3 minutes ago.
It's a long death timer on her. I mean, I feel like we've got to the point now, Lacoste. Net worth lead.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, right?
No.
Meaningless. It's all about execution. It's all about map control. And if we think about the story we've been telling for the past 52 minutes, that's what TNC has. Map control and team fight execution. Aster, on the back foot, honestly, at this point, in some regards, need to pull a big team fight win out of the bag, even though they're 2 lanes of racks ahead. Even though we've seen them take Roshan after Roshan. They're the ones on the potential verge, on the brink now.
Zetar is a bit too tanky to kill, has evasion, has extra magic resistance from the Trickster Cloak, Invis, on top of Heart. Templar Assassin's level 29, and there we go. I don't know if they can get there in time.
1,000 last hits for TA. Well, very close. We'll round it up a little bit. There's the steroids coming in. XXS finds the catch. Down goes Boomy, who buys back. They're still in the pit though. Bok there, battling with Roshan. Gabby can't get in there. Oh, it's trouble. Ultimate TNC. Invis out from the Centaur. Spidling's looking to scout them out. The Curse, they get the back lines. Boomy's buyback paid off. Big time kill on Borax. Bok gonna buy back too. On Roshan. It's falling and grabs.
Mel grabs it.
Oh, Mel gets it.
He gets everything.
Bad Rider picks everything from the Roshan and gets the lasso. He's got the Morphling.
Morphling instant buyback. He's coming back.
Boomy's got a double kill. They've killed XXS. They've got this one. The buybacks from Aster required. TNC, they're fighting around the roast pit. Spot on stuff. They might lose Armel here. They need Batrider to die, but he jumps.
Flicker plus a cookie. He's out of the trouble.
He escapes. Gabby BKB's a turn. Holy shit, that damage. Clears through Borax. Nearly takes White Album with it. And that Hex, that E-Blade, and keeping Bok alive. He bought back earlier. They can't let him lose his life. Quick cookie away. But I think Bok here's stuck.
Trickster Cloak available. He's full HP. Gotta be careful.
The minus armor turns back for White Album, but they kill the creep. Gabby's still here. Templar Assassin goes for the Melt Strike. BKB up for the Razor. They've disarmed the Hexter. Bok with a stoplight up.
A good save.
He's Invis. He's Invis. Bok is here. Set up stun with the lasso too. They take down the Razor. They've got Morphling locked in place. Oh, TNC!
Seems like TNC are doing it. They're actually.
I mean, Armel. They're still on the Morphling.
Oh, they got him. They got him.
They've got him. 2 minutes for Morphling. Let him. He'll try TP home, but they've got a Curse again.
A lot of creeps in the base. Someone needs to address that problem. And almost 2 full minutes. They need to run down the mid lane. Damage coming out from Gabby. He got the. And also, Armel, he jumps in. He gets everything picked up from a Roshan. Flaming Lasso, upgraded his Aghanim Scepter, and picked up the Aegis. Also a Refresher Shard, so he's good to go. Level 28, I believe Templar Assassin hit level 30 in that fight, so 1 second melt. Hit Bash on top of it. And Divine Rapier, he's going damage. In. TNC is going for the finish.
They want to end this one right here, right now. Take it to game 3, boys. No Morphling for 80, no Razor for 40 seconds. Literally no buybacks in this game right now. And TNC, they're the ones on the very verge of taking game 2. Tier 3's opened up. XXS will get a quick Hex out there. But Bok is in between tier 4.
He's already there waiting. That's game, Gary.
It looks like game over.
They do not have enough time.
No clip. Willow's alive in 3, but it's going to be, what, a 5 versus 2, and GG is called!
They know they got no business in this game whatsoever. A bit of a weird itemization. More probably regrets it much not being able to pick up that Lincoln Sphere that he wanted for so long. Decided to go for something extra greedy, and this Templar Assassin with the Aghanim Scepter, you know, just gets the most out of the map, and
sure TNC had another chance, another chance, another chance.
Yeah,
really
I
kept them in the
feel
game.
like they should have tried to go for that like high ground push, get the mega creeps, and then just play from there. But seems like they were a bit afraid, which gave TNC enough momentum